Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sampurasun.
All right, that was an enchanting video performance showing one of Indonesian traditional musical instruments called angklung buncis from Cirende village, Cimahi, West Java. Good afternoon from the local time, and we would also send our warm regards to all the attendees outside of Indonesia. We would like to acknowledge His Excellency Mr. Vincent Picard, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the European Union to Indonesia and Brunei Darussalam. Mr. Haji Ajai Muhammad Priyatna, Master of Management, as the Mayor of Cimahi Municipality. Professor Dr. Runtung Sitepu, as the Rector of Universitas Sumatera Utara. Mr. Mangades Sumora PhD, as the Rector of Universitas Katolik Parahyangan. Representative of Erasmus, representative from Member University of Cimahi, government officials, speakers, media partners, and the fellow students. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to INSPIRE, which stands for Introducing Social Entrepreneurship in Indonesia Higher Education Online Final Conference 2020 under the theme, Do Good Socially and Do Well Economically by Young People Through Social Entrepreneurship. I am Roselyn. I am going to be the MC for today's final online conference. Before we start the conference, I would like to inform you some rules during the conference. First, everyone is advised to turn on their camera. Second, other than the speaker, all participants are to mute their microphone unless it is their turn to speak. In addition, I would like to inform that this online conference can also be seen on UNPER official YouTube channel. And to see the entire schedule of today's conference, you can open the link that can be seen at the bottom of the screen. To start with, honorable guests and participants, we invite you to stand up to sing Indonesia's national anthem, Indonesia Raya, and followed by the anthem of European Union, Ode to Joy. Let the music begin. And now, we will sing the anthem of European Union, Ode to Joy. Please be seated. Before we start the primary event, I would like to invite Mr. Mangadar Situmorang as the Rector of Universitas Katolik Parayangan to deliver his welcoming speech.
All right. Can you hear my voice?
Yes.
Okay. Good day, everyone. Sampurasun. Your Excellency, Mr. Piket, from you as an ambassador of EU to Indonesia and Brunei Darussalam. Your Excellency, our beloved Mayor of Cimahi, Bapak Ajay Priyatna. Honorable Professor Rundung Stepu, Bapak Rektor Universitas Sumatera Utara, representative and honorable speakers from the government institution, Pak Hari Santosa Sungkari from Creative Economy Agency, Inspire Management and Program, Mr. Domitro Dokas, from Social Businesses Club, Styria, Mr. Rudiger Wells Pivot, and representative from our partner universities from Spain, Poland, and also from Indonesia. A very good day. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining this Inspire online seminar, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very happy, and it is a great privilege for me to welcome all to this Inspire Online final conference. Speakers and participants joining this program come from different parts of the world with quite extended time margin. From Bali, 1 hour ahead of us, to Poland, Austria, or Spain, 5 to 6 hours behind us. Good morning to our honorable speakers, friends from European countries. But we do see again that this is not just about the difference in time zone, but also we come from different culture, economic level, and also academic environment. All this just to show us, how blessed we are living, how blessed we are in this world, coming from a very huge, rich background in culture and social economic. And also we are joining in this conference with one deep concern and interest related to social entrepreneurship. And not to forget also that we are also coping with one problem right now about the pandemic COVID-19. So based on this, we are different, but also we are united in one spirit of developing social entrepreneurship and also in dealing with this pandemic. Your Excellencies, all speakers, all participants, allow me also to extend our gratitude to Erasmus Plus program of the EU for such generous support for the development of social entrepreneurship. And this is especially very important for us in Indonesia. And we run this one through a kind of, let's say, consortium of a number of universities, again from Europe and Indonesia. I would like also to extend our thankfulness for the Creative Economic Agency from the government office, from Cimahi Mayor, and also from other organizations. Please allow me also to congratulate our collaboration and partnership among different universities and institutions. And it is just an evidence, a proof for us in building, strengthening, understanding, comprehension, and work together for our better future. I thank you also for the organizer, the team, especially my colleagues, great colleagues from UNPAR, for the whole competence, talents, dedication, commitment to bring UNPAR into this kind of, let's say, global level of cooperation. To all, again, I would like to say thank you very much and my best wishes for the whole participants and for this conference to run very well. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you, Mr. Mangadar, for the welcoming speech. Next, we are going to hear a welcoming speech from Mr. Haji Ajay Muhammad Priyatna as the Mayor of Cimahi Municipality. But regarding Mr. Ajay tight schedule, he is unavailable to be with us right now. And we are going to see his welcoming speech in a video that has been prepared for us.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sampurasun. Your respected, Your Highness of the Ambassador of Europe Union to Indonesia and Brunei Darussalam, or his representative, Head of Research and Development Department of Ministry of Home Affairs of Indonesia, or his representative. Head of Research and Development Department of West Java Province, Rector of Parahyangan University, Rector of University of Sumatera Utara, Rector of Andalas University, Rector of University of Udayana. Our Honorable Speaker is Rudiger Wells, PO from Social Business Club of Citria from Europe, and Mr. Dr. Haris Santosa Sungkari from Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economic Board of Indonesia, representative from the European Union, respected Secretary of Cimahi Municipality, Assistant and Head of Board and Office of Local Government of Cimahi Municipality, representative and lecturer from Alicante University of Spain, Krakow University of Economy of Poland, and Eva Joannem of Austria. Lecturer from UNPAR of Bandung, USU of Medan, University of Andalas of Padang, and University of Udayana of Bali. Social entrepreneur startup, as well as participants to whom I cannot mention one by one. Let's give thanks to God Almighty because of His grace we can attend or follow this online international conference of social entrepreneurship. Salawat and greetings shall be given to the great Prophet of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, to this family, his friend, Suhada, and to the followers to the end of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, in this good opportunity, I am as the Mayor of Cimahi Municipality of West Java Province, would like to extend my gratitude and acknowledgement to our fellow research, lecturer and students who have worked together to develop and apply the concept of social entrepreneurship. I also delightedly would extend our gratitude because Cimahi Municipality has been given opportunity by UNPAR to work together in implementing the social entrepreneurship in developing igneous village development project for the last 3 years. Ladies and gentlemen, Cimahi city does not have potential natural resource and it has a small area of 40.25 kilometers square. Furthermore, the population number is high, around 600,000 inhabited in 2020, creating a densely area with various kinds of urban problems. According to the economic growth data reflected for the last 10 years, income inequality offered to achieve the highest numbers. In the Indonesia economic history, this tendency can hamper social order and the long term will cause negative effects to the economy. It seems that conventional entrepreneurship, which emphasizes on creating jobs and high economic growth, is insufficient giving contribution for solving social and environmental problems. Thus, there is a call for a new approach that is able to overcome social issues and environment can guarantee the sustainable. Towards a creative business approach, social entrepreneurship as a new concept in development approach entered into the equation. Moreover, in the recent COVID-19 pandemic, poverty, social and health issues are emerging and this may continue for several years after the invasion of COVID-19 vaccine. Thus, we need to provide better ecosystem for the development of creative young people to contribution in the development force by doing good things socially and economy. Ladies and gentlemen, actually this event is going to be conducted. Actually this event was going to be conducted in Cimahi City, and we were going to invite you to see our implementation of social entrepreneurship in tourism development for indigenous people and entrepreneurship is our science path. The Social Entrepreneurship Development Project has enabled our municipality to be chosen as one of the most innovative cities in Indonesia for the last 2 years. By the Ministry of Home Affairs and Ministry of Research and Technology of Indonesia. We are also grateful because one of the incubators takes Cirende as their project and has been accompanying Cirende local people to defend its innovation is continuing their tradition, cultural expression and tourism business. Church, virtual and online musical performance. Thank you for UNVAR contribution in development place brandings using cutting edge knowledge in neuroscience marketing for Cirende packaging products, geographic indication and provision of 360-degree website. I hope our cooperation will be flourish in the future. And our gratitude also go to our fellow local government participants, researchers, lecturers, participants, and students from Indonesia and abroad. We do hope that our cooperation and this event can be utilized as some basis of best practice in the implementation of the social entrepreneurship concept in achieving sustainable development objectives and tackling COVID-19 crisis. Thank you for attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi.
Thank you, Mr. Haji Ajay Muhammad Priyatna, for the welcoming speech. Now I would also like to invite His Excellency Mr. Vincent Picard, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the European Union to Indonesia and Brunei Darussalam. Please welcome Mr. Vincent Picard.
Selamat siang. Thank you very much for the floor, Madam Moderator. Honorable Rector of the Parahyangan Catholic University, Mr. Dr. Mangadar Situmorang, Honorable His Excellency the Mayor, Mr. Ajay Muhammad Priyatna, Dr. Dimitrios Dukar, the Program Coordinator for the Inspire project. I greet directors of the participating universities in the Inspire project, Director of the University of Alicante, Spain, Director of the University of Krakow in Poland, Director of the University of Sumatera Timur, Director of the University Andalas in West Sumatra, and Director of the Udayana University on Bali. And finally, of course, I greet the many workshop participants, students, lecturers, experts who are in this meeting with very high numbers, 248 and counting. So great welcome to you on behalf of the EU's diplomatic mission in Indonesia. Great honor to be speaking to you this afternoon. Very briefly, you have a very busy schedule ahead of you with the closing conference for the Inspire project. It is now at the end of its 3-year term. It is close to completion, and this conference will mark the successful results that have come out of 3 years of excellent collaboration between the participating universities and many partners in society at large, both in Indonesia as well as in Europe. It's clear that we live in extraordinary times, all of us, Indonesia, Asia, Europe, Poland, Spain, and all other EU member states. And we need extraordinary answers to the problems that are now right in the middle of our attention, affecting our daily lives, causing human losses amongst our population, and causing very, very significant, very profound socio-economic damage. That is the reality of the crisis of today, and it illustrates in extreme terms, in an extreme way, the sort of vulnerabilities that we as societies, whether it's in Indonesia or in Europe, vulnerabilities that we have in the wake or in the face of major shocks, major crises. Such shocks require resilience, require vigilance from all of us as individuals and as members of society, whether it's an economic society or society in terms of the social context or the national context or provincial context, indeed, of the municipality and place we live. Resilience, vigilance, and creativity. Now, that is true in any circumstance, but particularly now in the COVID context. The current project, the Inspire project, has been one answer to that particular situation. It is an answer to building a sense of social entrepreneurship and a social entrepreneurial mindset and innovation mindset amongst students, amongst young entrepreneurs in our societies. We have to fight against high levels of unemployment, presently, especially amongst young people. There's an urgent task in Europe. It's an urgent task in Indonesia, and it creates a commonality of purpose on both sides that has, I think, struck a very sound and solid basis under the collaboration between the participating universities. The Inspire project is making a contribution to providing graduates with the skills that are required on today's labor market. It gives them abilities to tackle social economic challenges, and while allowing them to play a very active role in society, pursuing the business economies, the business interest, while respecting and promoting the notions of sustainability in general terms, in social terms, in environmental terms, etc. Having social entrepreneurship skills, graduates will have the necessary knowledge to be successful in as entrepreneurs today, while supporting them to earn profits, of course, from the business. That is the bottom line of our market-based social economy. Equally important, they will also respond to social needs and environmental challenges in the societies around us. The Inspire project was co-funded by the partners in the project, but also by the EU's Erasmus program. Now, without a doubt, Erasmus is one of the most successful activities ever undertaken by the EU. It has given millions of European students a chance to study abroad on the European continent, but also outside it. It has given the opportunity to hundreds of thousands of students from outside the EU, including Indonesia, to spend a study term, a year, or a complete degree program in the EU. In Indonesia, every year the EU and the EU member states give scholarships to around 1,600 Indonesian students and scholars year after year. I think that's a great number, and we hope to increase it still. Through the Erasmus program, we have helped create lasting partnerships between Indonesian and European universities, especially through the so-called capacity building projects, of which Inspire has been such a good example. These projects help the modernization and internationalization of higher education institutions. The concept of these capacity building projects goes back, in fact, to projects that the EU undertook in the 1990s, and including through a program called Asia Link, with which I was personally also associated in the mid-2000s. And I remember that as a very exciting professional period for myself. I'm very glad that over the past 2 years, the number of Erasmus partnership projects between universities in Indonesia and Europe has increased in all scores. Erasmus is one example, but there's also the Erasmus Mundus joint master's degrees, and we have, of course, a very well-known chairs of European studies called the Jean Monnet chairs. Since the year 2015, that's 5 years ago, the Erasmus program has funded no fewer than 35 capacity building projects in Indonesia, involving, on the Indonesian side, 117 universities or higher education establishments throughout the country. That, to my mind, is critical mass. It is a lasting result for universities on both sides. I close my short remarks by mentioning that university cooperation and exchanges of students, researchers, and scholars are an important factor for strengthening the relations between the EU and Indonesia as a whole. They bring us together and they create personal and professional links. That is crucial if you think about the world situation we face. Rivalry between world powers, a weakening of the multilateral system and of the rule-based global trading system. We have the SDG agenda under pressure. We have the climate crisis that continues. And, of course, we have the COVID pandemic. Education and higher education in particular contribute to shaping the minds and the ideas for addressing all that. They inspire. I therefore congratulate you on the completion of this project, and I encourage all partners from Europe and from Indonesia to take this result as a springboard for going further. Selamat siang dan terima kasih.
Thank you, Mr. Vincent Piquet, for the welcoming speech. And that's all for the welcoming speech. I would like to announce that there will be 2 photo sessions. One is going to be done right after this, and the other will be done at the end of the conference. So now we are going to do the first photo session. So we would like all of you to activate your camera. Yep, let's activate our camera or video. This photo session will be conducted by Iqmal as part of the committee, and we will be taking a couple of shots. So we would love to ask everybody to keep smiling. Yep, as there are some pages in the screen, please keep smiling. So I think Iqmal is ready. Yep. Everyone is ready? All right. I'll start counting down then.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. All right. Again, yeah. 3, 2, 1. And last one. 3, 2, 1. All right. Thank you very much for being in the picture. It is a great honor for us to have all these amazing people joining today's event. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us be spiritful because the primary event is on the point of the beginning. I would like to invite Magister Dimitrios Dokas as Program Coordinator of Inspire from FH Joanneum, Austria, to present the Inspire project. So please welcome Mr. Dimitrios Dokas.
Thank you very much. Selamat siang, good afternoon, good morning, dear ladies and gentlemen. Under normal circumstances, we would hold the final conference in Indonesia, but unfortunately, this is not possible. Nevertheless, we are very happy that we can present the Inspire project at least in this way. First of all, a special thank you to the Unpar University for the very well organized online conference. I'm going to give a short overview about the Inspire project, what we have done during the 3 years, which results we have achieved. So I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully, my presentation will open. Sorry, something does not work. So, can you see my presentation?
Yes.
Yes, Tim.
Great, thank you.
Yes.
Great. So, Inspire, introducing social entrepreneurship in Indonesian higher education, is an Erasmus Plus capacity building and is coordinated by FH Ioneum in Austria. Duration of the project, 39 months. We started in October 2017 and it will end in January 2021. So the partners are, as already mentioned, the coordinator FH Ioneum from Austria, two other European partners, Universitat de Alicante from Spain, Krakow University of Economics from Poland, Universitas Sumatera Utara from Indonesia, Andalas University, Universitas Udayana, Universitas Katolik Rahayanggan, and Palitangi from Indonesia as well. Now, what are the main objectives of the Inspire project? To promote social entrepreneurship in selected Indonesian regions, to facilitate innovative learning practices in social entrepreneurship education, to strengthen cooperation among educational institutions from Indonesia and Europe, and to strengthen the cooperation among the universities and the companies, and to foster innovation in the field of social entrepreneurship. Now, the main target groups of the project are university staff members, like researchers, teachers, administrative staff, students having social entrepreneurship aspirations, social entrepreneurs coming mainly from the private sector, and universities from Indonesia and Europe. The project is divided into 7 work packages led by different work package leaders. I start now with the first work package, which the main objectives are to conduct a thorough landscape exploration on social entrepreneurship, to collect best practice from Europe for potential replication. So we developed an exploration study in Indonesia, where we identified the needs and areas in Indonesia that can be improved in the field of social entrepreneurship. We developed as well a best practice catalog, where we collected 10 best practice examples in Europe that can be replicated in Indonesia. The second work package, the objectives were to develop trainings for dedicated higher education institution staff from involved Indonesian regions, and to create workshops open to students and potential social entrepreneurs. So at the beginning of that work package, we developed train-the-train materials, developed 6 different training modules. And we offered the training modules in 2 separate training sessions in Spain, in Alicante, and in Medan. We run 2-3 days trainings. In order to attract potential social entrepreneurs among students and to raise awareness of the Inspire project, 4 World Cafe events with more than 120 participants have been organized. In a further step, student workshops have been organized. The developed materials of the train-the-train sessions have been used. More than 60 participants have been invited in order to help them to develop their social business idea and to encourage them to participate at the business plan competition. Work Package 3 business plan competition. The main objectives were to host a fair, transparent, and interesting business plan competition to support prospect social entrepreneurs in testing their ideas in the real world. We developed guidelines and documents to determine the rules and regulations of the contest. After the evaluation of the business ideas, 24 winners have been selected and have been presented in the frame of 4 events. Work Package 4 mentoring, the main objectives were to find and engage local entrepreneurs who are willing to act as mentors, to support the social entrepreneurs in their efforts to establish their businesses, and to evaluate and select the 2 best business ideas and to publish them in an e-booklet. And last but not least, to establish co-working spaces at all universities in Indonesia. So at the beginning of that work package, the universities in Indonesia purchased equipment and created and equipped 4 co-working spaces in order to be used by the mentees during the 1-year mentoring period. Representatives of all Indonesian partners received trainings in order to organize and supervise the mentoring relationships. At the beginning of the mentoring relationship, all the mentors and mentees have been invited to a kick-off event in order to explain the mentoring concept. So twice during the mentoring relationship, all mentees submitted a short report describing their experiences during the mentoring phase. Finally, the 3 most promising business ideas of each Indonesian university have been published in e-booklets. Quality assurance. The main objective was to ensure the implementation of high quality standards during the execution of the project activities. So we developed a quality assurance handbook, and the whole project process and the deliverables have been evaluated by an external evaluator, and at the same time it was monitored internally by the project partners. Dissemination and sustainability, a very important work package. To develop visibility tools that are easy to use by anyone who is interested in disseminating the project. So we created a dissemination plan where it is described what, when, and to whom we are going to disseminate the results of the project. We created our own web page, a logo, posters, and brochures. And of course, the final conference of today is a very important dissemination activity in order to present the Inspire project to a wider audience. And last but not least, project management, of course, to ensure the execution of all tasks in a timely and cost-efficient manner. So we developed a project and financial handbook, attended to several consortium meetings in Indonesia and Europe, and very important issue, of course, the financial and content reporting to the Commission. So, let's move on now from the hard facts of the project, and I would like to show you in the Inspire video where the actors and all the participants of the project talk about their experiences, about the lessons they have learned, and about the benefits they have gained from the project. So hopefully the link works. Please let me know if it's not.
Sir, do you need help from our committee to present the video, maybe?
Okay, I suppose it doesn't work. So please, could you play the video?
All right, the committee
Yes.
will present the video.
Thank you so much.
The INSPIRE project, with the full title Introducing Social Entrepreneurship in Indonesian Higher Education, is a 3 years Erasmus Plus capacity building project led by FH Union in Austria and consists of 8 partners, 3 from Europe and 5 from Indonesia. The INSPIRE project promotes the social entrepreneurial mindset and innovation in several Indonesian regions by strengthening the university business cooperation. Now, which are the main results of the project? More than 25 university staff members from Indonesia have been trained in order to strengthen the knowledge in the field of social entrepreneurship. The trained university staff members replicated the trainings and offered the training units to their students. In a further step, 108 students took part in a business plan competition where they presented their project ideas. The 24 winners of the business plan competition became part of a special mentoring program that allowed them to receive tailor-made support for their businesses. Now, I would like to hand over the floor to the actors of the project.
The INSPIRE project was among the very first EU framework projects dedicated to social entrepreneurship. This makes us happy and very, very proud. We were able to connect with our European partners and our Indonesian partners to develop and boost social entrepreneurship across the borders. We got to know each other very well and had the opportunity, many opportunities, to exchange knowledge, what we know and how we understand social entrepreneurship. But even more importantly, our experience, as in how we teach, promote, and support social entrepreneurship in our ecosystems. The Krakow University of Economics was responsible for leading the Train the Trainer sessions with our 4 Indonesian partners and for coordinating the 36 mentoring relationship. Through these experiences, young people in Indonesia were able to explore and exploit their ideas, very exciting ideas, very promising ideas. We got to know the students, we got to know the trainers. It was a very fruitful experience, and I strongly believe that this project was highly successful. New relationships were formed, new friendships came into life, and I'm sure they will last a long time. Thank you.
The INSPIRE project has introduced a methodology to help students and graduates to capture social entrepreneurship ideas and distinguish social entrepreneurship from traditional entrepreneurship. It has also made social entrepreneurship more visible for external stakeholders. The students participating in the student workshop develop social ideas that capture the local and regional social features. The participate methodology that have been used for the activity, as well as the social ideas presented by Indonesian students, are valuable outputs. The training materials will be used to fit into new social entrepreneurship projects. The University of Alicante is involved in other projects on social entrepreneurship and social innovation, so they will be used as a source of information to address high-quality standards of any training in this field.
The most important impact of INSPIRE project is the change in mindset of both lecturers and students. The objective of doing business, not only looking for profit, but also contribute to solving social problems at the same time.
Especially, students learn various soft skills, for example, leadership, teamwork, and commitment. Students are also engaging deeper with the community they work with and get to understand the social problems better. In the end, they have potential to move forward to the next entrepreneurial step with the assistance from the mentor.
This project on my university is increasing the value of my institution, especially in solving the social problems that is in line with our government policy. In addition, the international networking of my institution has been increased significantly.
Participating in the INSPIRE project is a good opportunity for Universitas Sumatera Utara to introduce social entrepreneurship for students, especially those in Universitas Sumatera Utara.
As we know that awareness about social entrepreneurship is very important to be introduced to students while they are still at the university, regardless of what their field of study is. So they will know that in social entrepreneurship, they will realize that entrepreneurship and social problem solving can work together.
The problem regarding the business is it's difficult for them to market their product and at the same time to solve the social problem. And I really wish that all the students that involved in this program can become good entrepreneurs who are able to solve the social problem and also become a role model for the young generation in the future.
In my view, this project has raised student awareness about how to improve people's lives by promoting social changes and support students with the development of their social businesses and act as networking partners.
We are so proud to able to take part in this mentoring. Thank you to Inspire Business for facilitating us with such a great mentor.
We are happy to be part of this program because this program helps us to develop our business idea.
We hope that our business idea can be implemented soon, and we're very thankful for Erasmus Plus.
So, with all of the purpose that we have, we are so proud to be the part of this Inspire mentoring program. I get some benefits from this program, such as now I know how to manage a business, and also the mentor teach us that business is not always about how we gain more profit and more.
The development of our business is supported by great mentor. We realize so much experience and knowledge that we got from this Inspire project. And this is one example of ULO's patchwork product. So, we hope that the business we run is more successful, and we thank all those who organized this Inspire project.
Especially about how to realize our business plan, but still manage to be sensible with the social problems around us. Thank you, Inspire.
And the mentoring session, as well as show us many methods on how we build a social enterprise. Thank you, Inspire.
In Inspire, I can see step by step to make my idea become a real business.
Inspire has helped and facilitated our team in getting our dream.
Selamat sore semuanya, kami dari Fun Exploration Trip, di mana kami bergerak dalam bidang field trip yang akan membawa siswa-siswa SMP untuk mendalami dan melihat kebudayaan dari desa-desa Cirende ataupun desa-desa adat lainnya.
Selamat siang, saya Adi dari Swayakarsa. Swayakarsa itu apa? Swayakarsa adalah social enterprise yang bekerja di industri musik. Kami mempunyai beneficiary anak jalanan.
Sebelumnya perkenalkan, saya Dimas dari tim Denada ini. Jadi tim Denada ini
dibuat oleh mahasiswa-mahasiswa dari Fakultas Kedokteran di Surabaya.
Kita dari sigaret butt secure. Jadi produk kita itu tentang tempat sampah khusus untuk puntung rokok.
Saya dari Korpor Sosial. Jadi Korpor Sosial adalah komunitas sosial yang berfokus untuk pendidikan para disabilitas, khususnya untuk pendidikan coding dan programming.
Baik, kami dari Pumil, kami ini membuat produk puding ibu hamil. Itu karena kita ingin memenuhi nutrisi ibu hamil yang kekurangan zat besi.
The Inspire project has inspired us to advancing our producing technology to be suitable for the international market.
I'm very happy to be here in this program because I love to share my experience in business.
This program really helps the student to learn about business work, knowing the challenge that they will have in the future.
And as a mentor, I observe a lot of progress of the student to learn more about the creativity innovation of their social entrepreneurship.
Based on the Inspire project, I would like to say that the mentoring of USU students involved in this project was an extraordinary opportunity for me.
We are very happy to be involved in this mentoring process because we see the enthusiasm and creativity of students in solving social problems in their business ideas. Our mentoring process involves a lot of discussions and brainstorming about how their products can be well received by the market.
So in that sense, the mentors have a very big role to remind, to give a motivation, but to make them, to continue to discuss about the idea, to meet each other. So I think that the role of the mentor, give them the inspiration to do it together.
Thank you, Inspire program from Erasmus Plus.
All right, that is all for the video. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Dimitri, for the presentation. Let us give our virtual big hand or virtual clap for Mr. Dimitri. Yeah, cool. Thank you. Our next session is keynote speech will be moderated by Mr. Alifa Simatupang as Head of Research and Development Department of Cimahi Municipality. I believe this is the session that we have all been longing for. So please welcome Mr. Alifa Simatupang.
Thank you, Rosalind. Good afternoon, everybody. Beforehand, let me introduce and say greetings to my fellow public officers around the nation, coming from Sumatra Island, from Kalimantan, from Java, from Sulawesi, from Irian Jaya, and then from Timor Island. This event is a collaboration between many universities, and I'm very privileged to lead this session. And I believe it's going to be the creme de la creme of this event today. And there will be two speakers, key speakers, coming from two different sides of continents. Firstly from Europe, and another one is from Indonesia, and he's in Bali. Before we go to the first presentation, allow me to extend some data regarding poverty and then COVID recent development and then the role of social enterprise by taking data taken from OECD and European countries' experience and maybe slightly from Indonesia experience of developing social enterprise, entrepreneurship related with creative industries. But beforehand, let me inform you, if you have any questions, you can address those questions on the chat room, or maybe some of you are watching YouTube channels, because there are two YouTube channels. Firstly, in Unpar channel, and secondly from Cimahi Municipality Connection. You can extend your questions there, and then some of the officers, they will help us to address those questions and extend these questions to me. Okay, regarding the data related with COVID recent issues, it is predicted that there are around 23 million of young people in European countries, and they will fall into poverty, and they are will be socially excluded from the society due to unemployment and rate increase in poverty. And the rate is staggering at 10%, and this may be the highest number in European countries. So related with the remarks given by the ambassador of European Union to Indonesia and Brunei Darussalam, I think this data is related. Nevertheless, there is a very staggering data as well, given the development of social enterprise. It is known that from many 27 trade nation bloc countries joining the EU, the contribution of social economy, which are included associations, organizations, corporations, or social enterprise themselves, they constitute about 2.8 million enterprises in those countries. And they provide 6.3 employment for the nations. Nevertheless, even though the number is very small, but the impact is suppressing this figure. And secondly, another staggering fact is that during crisis in Europe in 2008 and 2010, the growth of social economy, including social enterprise, is very high. Taken, for example, in Italy, the number had grown by 11.5%, in Belgium by around 21%, and in France 25%. And these numbers are very higher than compared with the conventional entrepreneurship growth of employment. So without any further, we invite two speakers. Firstly, it's going to be Mr. I hope I pronounce it correctly, Rudiger Watzel Paywald. He's a well practitioner in SE, and he works for Social Business Club Citria, Austria, in Vienna. And secondly, there will be Dr. Hari Santoso Sungkari. He is Deputy of Development of Destination and Infrastructure, Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy Board. And currently he will give his presentation from Bali. So we invite Mr. Rudiger to extend your presentation. Time and connection is yours, Mr. Rudiger, please.
Thank you very much. A very nice warm welcome from my side as well, to both sides of the world in this case. I'm very honored to hold this key speech today, or one of those key speeches. I will tell you something about the practice level as well of social entrepreneurship. First, I'm going to share my screen. I hope that works well. Normally it should. Yes. In best case, you can see the presentation and also can already see who are you listening today. So that's me. My name is Rudi Wetzel-Piewald, very well pronounced. It's a really difficult name sometimes. I will spare you the official long version of the name. It's not important. Why I'm showing you this slide, just to give you an impression about who I am, what I do. I actually have a career as a social entrepreneur. So this is not on academic level only, though this is very valuable and very important. I'm very happy that we have now over the years a very good level on research on social and impact entrepreneurship, impact business, but it needs obviously the people who really do the business as well and make those experiences, and together with the researchers we can make very, very well results. So I was the founder, the CEO of the so-called Computerdas, an Austrian computer refurbishment company. I've been there for 8 years before I handed it over to my own business partner 2 years ago for several good reasons. Then I took over the role of the director of the Social Business Capsteria. The Social Business Capsteria is an organization that supports social entrepreneurship in every sense of the matter, with coaching, with workshops, with a lot of education, with knowledge, and as well with networking, and the community factor as well is very important to us. I am also the board member of the Social Entrepreneurship Network Austria, which is the national body to represent social entrepreneurship. This is especially important for improve the framework, the legal framework, especially if you want to found your own social business. If you want to drop me a message later after this presentation or after the whole event, you're very welcome. You can see my email address here. And that's it. Just if you were wondering, the guy in the middle, that's me, yes. Could have been someone else. Good. So what am I going to tell you today? First of all, I was asked to give a very short introduction to social entrepreneurship again, to really go to the facts, what it is not. And let me take this graphic here to give you an overview. So what you can see in all those circles is the different types of an organization with different goals behind it. We have two poles. It's the so-called profit orientation. This is something which goes with business all along, obviously. And then we have the so-called impact orientation on the other side of the pole. And the interesting part is that all of us know both of those poles very well, of course, I'm sure. If you have an understanding about business, or at least what media telling you about business, maybe it's all about making profit. So this is what we call conventional business. If you do it to the extreme, that means making money is the one mission you have, having your business. Good. On the other side, we have a non-profit sector. That means those are organizations who really lift the impact, the positive impact of their activities to the highest extent. So that means very often they do not have any profit orientation. They have to finance themselves via fundraising or maybe fundings, public fundings, every type of funding. But normally they do not think in business models. The interesting part is coming in the middle here, yeah? I guess most of you might have heard about the expression of corporate social responsibility. That means these actually are conventional businesses, but those companies have, I would say, realized that they are obviously not alone on the planet, and the profit only does not make sense. So they realize that they are, as a part of society, as every company is in the world as well, they have a responsibility. They have a responsibility for society. They have a responsibility for the planet. We only have one planet, you know. So they actually start doing very important volunteer programs to improve certain actions in the society, in the environment. It can be that they change a little, but only a little, their business lines. Very often it's connected to the better treating of employees. There are a lot of nice programs for that it makes more fun to work in the companies, that it's healthier to work in the companies. What is important, corporate social responsibility is a volunteer action, and it is not, or very often not, part of the core business. This is important to know. The socioeconomic sector I will not explain too much here because it's not so well known all over the world. In Europe, it's rather known. What we are going to concentrate today is really the social entrepreneurship part. And as you can see, it is exactly in the middle. It's also in the middle of those two poles. That means a social entrepreneurship, the social entrepreneur, by the way, is the person who is running a business. It is a social enterprise they're running, just for having this idea. And social business, or impact business as we call, is the whole sector of enterprises and social entrepreneurs who are actually working in the social business sector, for the understanding of the vocabulary. And everyone is working in the sector. Actually, I like to say, take the best of both worlds. So we take the world of the profit orientation on the one hand, because it needs to have a running business, a self-sustaining business as much as possible. But the core business, and you're always thinking in business models, so it's a very entrepreneurial approach, the word already says it, but you take all those to fulfill a mission that actually has impact. So the economic profit is not the only impact we are looking for. It's really the core business has the mission to fulfill social impact in every matter, in every sense. Sometimes I'm asked, is this something for certain sectors? Is this something for certain industries? And I can always say no. This approach of entrepreneurship is going over all industries. We have all types of industries where we have social entrepreneurs and social businesses. There might be one limitation if you want, but this is in general of entrepreneurship. In the finance industry, so far, it's, I would say, underrepresented, but it's there. So we have social banks, we have social venture capital funds, for example. We have a social finance market as well. Why I'm stressing this? Because it's a huge market with a lot of influence, but still it's coming, and you will see in the next slides as well, it's got to be more. So I've been asked to have the presentation that I was wondering what could be a nice title. And I love to say, I love to be a little provocative in my sentences, to wake people up as well, to bring it to the point what is really necessary. And so this is why I took the title, Will Social Entrepreneurship Save the World? Well, that's a big task, as we all know. And I was wondering myself, what is actually necessary, or what are useful preconditions to save the world? No more, no less. A good way to change at least the world is to be superior in numbers. So imagine that we have, I would say, 80%, 90% of all enterprises are actually run by social entrepreneurs or social businesses. That would be very nice. That might be a nice goal, but as you can imagine, this is not exactly the case. It was told before some figures here as well. No, it's not happening. I can tell you, in the end, there are only a few figures for the whole globe, but I would say it's, in the moment, less than 1% of the companies in different countries who are actually going exactly 100% with this social business approach. So with 1%, you cannot save the world. Sorry for that. What can be as well a good precondition? It's always handy if you have a direct line to the world's most powerful, the most powerful people, the most powerful corporates, the best networks, the most influential ones. I can tell you that social entrepreneurs running businesses even more successful if they have a good network, a broad network of stakeholders. But I have to disappoint you, it's not that it's the direct line to the most powerful. Very few people might have that, and no, it's not happening with social entrepreneurship. Sorry. You could have access to endless amounts of resources, whatever type you have. This would be a great precondition to really make things better, always under the precondition that you really use them properly and with the right responsibility. But as you can imagine, if you have less than 1% social businesses in the world or in the economic landscape, they will obviously not have the access to endless amount of those resources. And even if they would, who knows what they're going to do. Again, a no. Last one. This would be the easy task. Maybe the social entrepreneurs have the magic formula to change everything. The stone of wisdom, that one formula that will change everything, the world from today to tomorrow. Obviously, it's not happening. No one has that. So what actually can we expect of social entrepreneurs? We can expect a lot, I can tell you. What they do, and this is very important, they solve social problems by intrinsic motivation. Why is this important? Because if you found a business or an organization, what kind of activity, you can be always sure, each and every one of you, I think, can accept and agree with that. It's run much better if it's your own thing, it's your own mission. It's not the mission of your employer, it's not the mission of, I don't know, the state, of someone else. If you are the one who starts, it's your own topic that you choose. I like to say in my presentations, you can do it afterwards, each and every one of us, I'm sure, has 1, 2, maybe 3 topics in life that are very important to us, but only to us. For me, for example, it was the topic of poverty and equal rights. This is something that really touches me, and I really wanted to make the world better. I wanted to change something here. So this is why I found my business in this direction. So this is what every social entrepreneur has. Good. Social entrepreneurs are people who just doing instead of talking. Talking is important, planning is important, making theories is very important, but it's very important in this case that they start. They start doing things, they start to realize what they want to change. Why I'm saying that? Because I think very often we seem to be disappointed about, let's say, politicians or big state bodies, because it seems very often that some people are not trustful. We don't trust them as much as we could or should, who knows, or we just see the actions of some corporations, but we see the credibility is not very high. Greenwashing, for example, is one of those vocabularies. We say, yeah, they say they do good things, but they don't. Well, it's very important for social entrepreneurs. They understood, okay, there's a certain task where we plan, where we prepare, but then we really start. And it's very interesting and very important. Social entrepreneurs do not plan for too long. Normally, it's less than 1 year until you go to market, which in a startup environment, that mainly we are talking about innovative startups and business models, which is very quick. Great. Now, there's something really different. As I stated before, the business models of social entrepreneurs are always in favor of people and planet. If they are not, in my opinion, they are not social entrepreneurs. But it's interesting as well. I actually know a lot of people running a business, a social business, and they would not even know these expressions. They would not even know if it's that, hey, you're a social entrepreneur. They would say, well, I just do what I have to do because I'm convinced it's the right thing to do. It's nice to know that you have an expression for that, but it's very important to see you don't need to have all this background to say now I'm a social entrepreneur or not. The only thing is important, down to earth. You have a business model, you have a social challenge, and you want to change it with entrepreneurial ways. This is, and I always like to say a good social business model has only winners. There are no losers behind. And this is very important because one problem we have with the economy in history and up to the days that the economy has really a masterhood in making profit. But it's also masterhood very often in making profit at the expense of people or our planet. So there's something wrong. Someone is losing here. And a social business model does not know losers. And if it sees in its plans there's something wrong, they will definitely try to correct it because it's in their intrinsic motivation. I cannot make business on the expense of someone or something else. And all of that actually gives a massive amount of inspirational power. And if you check in the internet or maybe in your local surroundings, it's always interesting to see wherever you go, you recognize a social business by the way it is presenting itself. It's not about we have the cheapest products, we have the best products, we have whatever, this and this and that. It's not always the typical language they use. They use a story because they want to solve a social challenge. And that means there's always a social challenge, means there's a story behind it. Something is going wrong here, something in our communities, something in our countries, something in our content, whatever, something, by the way, in the planet. We have a lot of climate change oriented social businesses. So they always talk with the story and they bring a solution to it. That's also very important. The nonprofit organizations, for example, have a very important role to make awareness, but it's not always that they have the role to find a solution. Their role is to make awareness and to show others, you should do something. Administration, you should change that. You have to change politics. You have to change the legal frameworks. Social entrepreneurs make awareness and they make solutions. And this is why they are very popular normally, because they're really going to the people, to the problem, to the people, and give you in the hand to be part of a solution. So all of those are great, I would say. In a nutshell, I would say social entrepreneurs do not save the world. That really sounds devastating, I know, but it can calm you down because they don't save the world, but they can guide us how to get there. And this is a very important effort they take because it's not enough of them. It's not, and will never be. But they have this incredible power of inspiration, how to change the world in a positive way. For me, they are natural change agents for a future-proof economy, an economy that actually takes into account that we have one planet, that we have limited resources, that we have to make everyone happy. There must not be any losers in this world. That doesn't work. For me, they are also living proof for business as a driver for social impact. This is a rather new development, rather I would say the last 15 years maybe. That means that you really go and combine a really good issue with a business issue. And this is very important. Just for the reason, what is actually the use to do that anyway, I can tell you. Because if you build up your impact theory, whatever it is, and you don't have a good way to sustain that, you have to pay your employees. You have to pay yourself, by the way. It's very often forgotten, it seems. You have to pay your infrastructure. If you get all those, like a typical nonprofit organization, only by public funding, you're dependent. You're dependent on someone else who is allowing you to do your impact. Having your own business model, having your own turnovers means that you take this into your own hand. And this is a very different way of approaching social problems, social challenges. It's very important. It needs all of those. But the social entrepreneurs are the ones who try to keep it in their hand and to grow their social impact as well. Because we think about, in business terms, here to say we want to grow our business, but we want to grow our business not only to have economic profits, we actually want to grow all types of profits. I like to say there are three types of profits. There's economic profit, obviously, but there's also social profit and environmental profit. And we can all measure that. If you really go in a balanced way to all three of those types of profit, then it's a real good business for everyone. Very interesting as well, and maybe different. Social entrepreneurship is a kind of bottom-up movement. That means you cannot say the the state, the country of Indonesia or Austria or in Europe would say, okay, we are going to found, as a public administration, we want to found 1,000 social businesses per year. That doesn't work because someone has to do the job, and it always needs, as stated before, it always needs those individuals who really believe in these changes and to really want to do this. So it's always people like you and me, by the way, and this comes to the last. It's superheroes like you and me. It's not people that are better than others. Education is very important. To be prepared is very important to become a social entrepreneur, but everyone, I really stress that everyone can be a social entrepreneur. You might be reminded of Muhammad Yunus and his Grameen Bank. Actually, what he did, if you know this example, he took actually the poorest people to give the chance to become entrepreneurs, and they were not even educated. It's not always the only precondition you need. It's the will to change something. Good. There's a good way, though, to support those social entrepreneurs. And before I said that, very important, the inspirational power. I give you one example. It's the easy one because it's my own example. When I found the company, as I mentioned before, in 2010, it was the only company in Austria doing this kind of business. And it was very interesting because my company showed the industry, in this case, the computer retail industry, showed actually it's possible to make profits at the same time to save resources. So this is very interesting that when the industry realized, hey, it does not actually always need to exploit resources to make this kind of business. Industry realized, why don't we do the same thing? And when I started 10 years ago, it was the only company. Now in Austria, it's about 25 companies doing the same thing. And they were all copying actually the thing. They're just taking the same idea, realizing it in a similar way. Now you would think very quickly, well, that's all competition. No, that's not fair. That's not nice. And I would say that's the best thing that could happen. Why is that? Because a social entrepreneur does not think selfish to say, I want to have my share of the cake only. It actually wants to solve a challenge. The challenge to say the computer industry, by the way, is a very dirty industry or a very complicated industry with a lot of exploitation of people and planet. And the business idea I had was addressing, or is still addressing, those two goals. By the way, the Sustainable Development Goals, I think you have heard as well. Every social entrepreneur is addressing one or several of those goals. Good things are copied, and this is the best thing, because only one company, only this 1% cannot change the world. But these others going there and just say, it's a good idea, and this is very important, and it makes profit, then it makes sense. If it makes economic profit, there's no problem for regular companies to do it the same or similar way. And in this way, you really change industries for the better. Yeah? You really change social challenges to social solutions. So there's a whole huge multiplication effect. This is maybe one of the reasons why I say, yeah, social entrepreneurs are going to save the world, but not directly, but they're showing others how to do it. But they need help as well. One very important thing is to recognize their mission. Yeah, it's not that you go through the street of your hometown and there's a sign saying, "Hey, hello, this is a social entrepreneur. Come in." It's not like that, obviously. But if you research a little, you can find quickly businesses that have sense. I would like to say this: who really have a mission that makes sense. And to recognize this mission is very important. To recognize them as a part of the solution. You, by the way, can be a very good part of the solution as well. If you become a customer of such companies, it's not always Amazon and others. It's really this way. This is the good customer, an old story, very important. Not so old, but even more important, or at the same level important, is become part of the solution for the public procurement. That means every country, every municipality, every city is actually consuming a lot of goods. In Austria, I think it's more than 30% of all goods and services are actually purchased by public administration. And this is the same level, more or less, in all the countries. They're actually still limping behind here. Yeah. What it needs is that the public sector also understands that it
Excuse me,
needs
Rudy.
to have. Yes, I'm almost there.
Yeah, the time is limited, so
Yep.
could you make it further?
One more minute. One
yeah.
minute, I'm done. Okay.
Please. Yeah, thank you.
Part of the solution is very important because it's a strong purchase power from the public administration to see here. And it needs legal frameworks to favor social entrepreneurship as well. And this is something we all have to do together. Good. And yeah, not even 1 minute. Making this world a better place is neither art nor theory. It's very easy, a practical attitude. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much again, Rudy. Thank you. So without any further, because time is running, we invite second speaker, Dr. Mr. Hari Santoso Sungkari, directly from Bali in Denpasar. Please, time and connection is yours, Mr. Hari. Yes, Mr. Hari. Okay, they're trying to connect. Could you have, from the committee, could you have if Mr. Sungkari has already logged in again, because he was summoned by the Ministry of Tourism. He's a very prominent person in his department, and a few minutes ago, he said to me that he was going to be able to deliver his presentation. Okay, while waiting, he's trying to connect with us. I was wondering, Rudy, you mentioned about the rule of local government or government. What's the rule of government or local government in Austria? And maybe I've read your CV, you worked in Australia before as well. Could you compare between, oh, sorry. Just wait here, Rudy, yeah?
Yes.
Are you ready, Hari Sungkari?
Yes, I'm ready.
Thank you. Time and connection is yours. And we'll back again to you again, Rudy. Yeah? Thank you. Please, Hari.
Okay. Tunggu saya ngomong dulu baru saya share. Okay. Thank you very much. Sorry for the rescheduling. I was called by the minister. We are in the exhibition now, but just finished. Thank you for inviting me, His Excellency Pak Mangadar Sitomorang, Rektor Katolik Parahyangan, Pak Ajay Muhammad Priyatna, Mayor of Cimahi, Mr. Vincent Piquet, the Ambassador, United UE Ambassador for Indonesia and Brunei, Mr. Dimitros Dukas, Mr. Rudy, who was speaking before this, and all the other attendees from North Sumatra University, from Udayana, from the other university as well, and from Catholic Parahyangan University, of course. Thank you very much for inviting me. Let me share my PowerPoint. Okay. So, can anybody see my presentation?
Yes, Pa.
Yes, we
can. Please proceed.
It's okay. So, I was told to talk about this social business, and I will talk this more on creative economy. By the way, the agency now is not called the Backcraft anymore. We were merged with Ministry of Tourism. It's become the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy. Well, in the bill of the Indonesian social enterprise is defined as a venture that has a vision and mission to solve a social problem. That's the key, to solve a social problem. And promote positive change to the welfare and society of the environment through activities that have measurable impact and which reinvest the majority of its profit to support them. So, from this definition, social enterprise should have a profit. And also, definition of social enterprise from Boston Consulting said that define social enterprise as an enterprise which has a social impact as its main purpose and use business model to deliver the social purpose, balancing the trade of profitability and social impact and reinvesting profit in the business model. So in this definition as well, profit should be there because the sustainability of a social enterprise is like any other enterprise. You should have a profit, and that profit used to grow and to reinvent or to do a research and development and to create more impact for the society. So you need more profit to become a capital to do investment for the society. So there are there's one research in Indonesia. So there are 4 types of social enterprise. Those will receive public funding with public control. We are not going to talk about that. Social enterprise will receive private funding with public control. Yes. Social which receive private funding with private control, and social enterprise will receive public funding with public control. So private funding and public funding with private control or public control. That will the topic in my presentation. So I started with the digital unicorn, which create millions of new entrepreneurs, small, medium, mostly micro and small business that prior to this, they don't have a capability to do that. So the problem was that the small and the micro business did not have an access to the market, which is very expensive. In the 10 years ago, 20 years ago, a small or a micro unit should open a physical outlet to sell their product or their service, and that costs quite a lot for a micro company to rent or to buy. That's cost a lot. So with this digital platform, they don't have, those small and micro company don't have to invest in a physical store, but they go through the platform, and this platform also help them for the payment system as well and the promotion. So most of the concern in the micro and small medium company is first is marketing, branding, delivery, that's logistics and payment, and also the back offices. Most of the small medium company was not good in handling financial or cash especially. So Indonesia, one of the countries who has 1 decacorn and 4 unicorn. Most of you already know this. Talk a little bit about Tokopedia. So as of September, Tokopedia platform comprised more than 9.4 million sellers, marketing more than 350 million products, serving more than 100 million active users per month across 98% of districts in Indonesia, which previously with a physical outlet, this could not be happen. About 86.5% of the sellers are emerging business people who have just started their own business. Mostly are micro and small business. And yesterday I got the information from Mr. William, the founder. So Tokopedia has created 9.4 million micro, small and medium company. Well, we have around 60 million small medium enterprise. While in Tokopedia, 97% of their sellers are ultra micro, very, very small. And 68% are new entrepreneurs. So Tokopedia create new entrepreneurs, 60%, and contribute 1% of the gross domestic product of Indonesia. This is the data that I received just yesterday from William. So I'm going to talk more on this, that the platform in digital creating more social impact. Well, as you know, most of the digital startup, when they being pitching to the investor, the first question by the venture capital now, as well as in Silicon Valley, the first question was like this: what is the benefit of your solution to the society? That's the first question. Yeah. So they will ask the profit after that. But the first question, is that solving a problem or not? Because if it doesn't solve a problem, especially social problem, then the business will not be scaling up. Now, I talked earlier that there are many constraints and many incapability of the small and micro, but one of the biggest one is financing remains a persistent challenge for Indonesia. So once a business will become or will be scaled up, they need funding, they need finance to expand their business, and this is one of the most incapable of those entrepreneurs. So the business incubators for the social enterprise, one of the big curriculum is helping them to do that. So this is the detailed constraint of the why the micro and small medium is very hard to get investors. So mostly investors said mostly the social enterprise are not invested ready. Okay. I found out that most of the social enterprise didn't know how to write a business plan. That is why a problem that now we, the government, needs to cover that. Yeah. And number 3, now most of the social enterprise does not have traction. Most of the funding will ask how many traction, how many customers. Even though you haven't profit, so this is all. I'm not going to talk this each one. So this is also, and also financial social enterprise often face challenge in recruiting teams member. When you scale up, then the next challenge would not be the finance, but also recruiting human resources, and that depends on how the business attract employee to that. So up to this, according to my data in 2018, there were 342,000 social enterprise. This source is from British Council in Indonesia. And those social enterprise, 22% are creative industries. So I'm going to focus on that. The social creative industry are handicraft, artwork, fashion, interior design, graphic design, accessories, ethnic product, with the platform of digital. Look, this is what we have done during the last 4 years in government. This is what we've done for the incubating startup, which mostly are social enterprises. So we help them from upstream to downstream, from the creation up until marketing, up until sales. So what we need when we conduct this incubation. Well, actually, we don't conduct the but we work with the private sectors. One of the most important thing is that those incubators should have an experienced mentors in them. And those experienced mentors, we require that those mentors should at least have 3 years of experience in running their own business. And then we help them to register their IP, either it's copyright or trademark. This is important. We want all those small companies not just selling product, but we want them to sell to build their trademark. Then when they have traction, then we help them to match with the investor. So we do an access to funding, and when they have a good traction, we also help them to match with distributor, with outlet, with international market. And we help them also to the consumption by all event that the government do. This is for the digital and any digital platform that help also the non-digital products. This is the incubation idea, the incubation concept for the non-digital one, like music, performing art, and arts, and also craft. So all those are creative subsector, and we want them to have a business orientation, because most of them, they are good at making products, but sometimes they don't know the business. They don't know where the sellers are, where the buyers are. So we help them for like This is model canvas to know the segment target and what is the value proposition for them. And this is the accelerasi is a incubation for the non-digital one. This is a short term. We just started this year, and this for the 2022 is creation, how to make and create a product that will match with the target market. So the demand should be identified for, and then we help them to do the productions with a new, more disciplined phases of doing productions, and then we connect them with the distribution or marketing, whether it's digital or physically, and then also we help to them to be join in our government exhibition and help them to meet the market. So this is all our concept of incubating, whether digital that help the non-digital as well as the non-digital itself. So we hope by this we can create more, not just entrepreneurs, but entrepreneurs that creating value add, because creative economic is, you need to create value add, not just a product, value add that has intellectual property rights. Thank you very much. This is all my presentation. I'm open for questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hari. Thank you. So we are now moving towards the question and answer section. There are some questions. Firstly, it was going to be given to Rudy, but maybe Mr. Hari can give your opinion towards this question too. So my first question was, what's the role of local government, or say regency or city level government, to improve through your Rudy's experience in Australia, or maybe in some European countries like where they are now in Austria? And secondly, regarding the cost, because one of the problem, and I think this is related with Mr. Hari as well, if we want to find out innovation, then we need to conduct research and development, and it is very costly. So how can we produce good services or products which have innovation, whether it is economically or socially, and it is conducted through research and development? And the constraint will be about cost for the research and development. So maybe, Rudy, you can answer these two questions first, and then we can go to Mr. Hari. Please stay with us here, Mr. Hari.
Yeah.
Please, Rudy.
Okay, fine. First question, especially at the local government level, so they do not have the competency for legal lawmaking. But what they do, we have a very good example, especially at my hometown in Graz, actually, because they actually finally were convinced after 3 years that this is the local government to really fund an impact incubator, for example. This is really this kind of incubation program, acceleration program Hari was talking before. This is really important because you need a hotspot for social business and social entrepreneurship in the city, for example. That makes a lot of sense. And if you have that with this hotspot, then you have this point where does not depend if you're still having only an idea or you're already running a business. This should be a kind of safe haven where you always get impression, inspiration as a social entrepreneur as well, and to grow this kind of community. And this also is part of the second question. Then the innovative level is very high because we are talking about social impact innovation here. It can be costly, but it has not to be always, because we are, for example, we are not talking about high-tech incubation here. We are not always talking about high-tech innovation in general, because this is much more expensive. It's really giving the right infrastructure, and do not forget that social entrepreneurs, even if they did not yet found their company, but only having the idea, if they have the right mindset, which also comes by education, this is very important. If you learn in school and later in high school, university, how far you get, if you learn that economy is not only economic profit driven, but is really to have a sense for society, then people with this mindset already combine this with their own innovational mind. So if they have a business idea, they will automatically think about, okay, what is the sense of this idea? So this I would say is, it's good to invest money here, it's important, but do not make it dependent on that only.
Okay, thank you, Rudy. So, Mr. Hari, what's your opinion towards the previous two questions regarding the role of local government in promoting SE, and then how we can overcome cost issue, because we have to conduct research and development to find out social and economic innovations.
Okay, thank you. First, the local government, whether they own or with the help of the third party, should start from what is their strength in the local government. So we do. Sometimes we also help the local government, the city or the county, to identify what are the strengths in their city. Cimahi is known as a competent in animation. So Mayor Pak Yahya tadi, he said that he has a technopark. Yes, I've seen that many times. Yeah, and because why they put that? Because their strength, whether they have a good natural resources or they have a good human resources. While the city of Cimahi, I don't think they have natural resources more, but they have more human resources because you have universities around there. So the mayor and also the previous mayor that I know, Pak Ito, yeah, he built those technopark, and that become the competency of Cimahi. While the other places like I did, like Batang, Pekalongan, then we identified that the core competency of that is batik, yeah. And in Surakarta, the core competency is performing art. In Semarang, the core competency is fashion. Yeah. So we identify what is the most potential. Although they might have 3 or 4 or 5, but we want them to select the most for the first 5 years. Yeah. Like Malang, they have good in digitals and games, and then Majalengka has a good in contemporary art, and they have already make a good. This is also important. They make a good networking, not just with the local Indonesian, but also with international. So like the Majalengka, they call it Jatiwangi Art Forum is they change lectures from Swiss, UK, and Melbourne to do exchange in art creations. So we help also. Our ministry help what we call a program called Creative Cities. So we help them and we bring them all the researchers, most actor ABCG, academy, business, community, government, and media to help them to define them core competency. And then by them, after that, then we can help with the concept of incubation that I mentioned in my presentation. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hari. And the next question comes from Stephen C. He was asking about comparing two different products. Actually, these are products of IT in Indonesia, Shopee and Tokopedia. Maybe, Rudy, you're not familiar with these two names. Nevertheless, Rudy, the question is, how can consumer choose one product over the other product by considering added value related with social issues? And maybe this question is related with your department as well, Pak Hari, because you work with creative economy sector, which consists of 15 to 16 sectors. So how can we define a product is better than the other one? Those consumers, they would like to buy these products.
Okay.
Or maybe Mr. Hari, you can extend your opinion first.
Okay. Look, it's very important that the producers or the creators should know first what the problems are and what the other products doesn't serve, which type of customer. That's important. I always say, don't duplicate the existing product, because the existing product is it's already in a high level, and it took sometimes maybe 2 years for you to achieve the same quality. Find another thing that difference. Yeah, this is like the pisang goreng Bunani. That is a new invention, because pisang goreng she create a round pisang goreng, not just the traditional. That's innovation. I call it as innovation. Like coffee, there's a lot of innovation now. Coffee you combine with honey or whatever. That's I call the. So don't try to replicate what is already been in a market, and try that and always try to make a pilot. When the pilot doesn't work, always pivot, make a new one. Yeah, don't try to be, I said, don't put so much investment up front until you know that is the small type can be successful, then you can scale up. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hari. So, Rudy.
Yep. Okay. Choosing the right product. I think it's a question about credibility, obviously, and there is one major benefit and advantage for social entrepreneurs, because all their core business is built on positive impact. That means credibility, positive credibility. There's one task that obviously those businesses have to understand. If they understand that they really want intentionally make positive impact with their business, they have to tell people. They have to tell their story. They have to tell, we have this typical approach, startup approach, also for regular entrepreneurs. There's a problem, there's a solution, and there's a go-to-market. If you combine all those and you tell the people, look, this is my product. I know there are similar products around maybe, but my product is different. For example, it's made of different resources. It's looking at the value chain. Are there problems in the value chain? We are going to address those problems. Then even, this is very important, you raise the quality of your product, even if it seems to be the same as from other companies. So responsible consummation, free from private private customers or from public purchase, public procurement, is really about good quality, and this is good value for money, and we all would want to have good value for money. And I think it needs really, it really needs this idea to say, do I buy a part of a solution or do I maybe buy a part of a problem? If you keep that in mind, it's easier to select what kind of product you take. It's normally nowadays, especially on the online market, almost every company, let's say, not everyone obviously, but most companies have a website, for example. If you check the website, a good social entrepreneur, a good social business always tells the story. If you can find a story and it's credible, go for it. If it's not exactly credible, I give you one example. I always think not exactly credibly. A lot of companies like to plant a tree. We plant a tree for every product that we sell. Yeah, that means it could be a really rubbish product, but we compensate this by planting a tree. I would not take that for a good credibility. Yeah, but if you go deeper, you will see that there are good issues to have the right product from the right people.
Thank you, Rudy. Allow me to have another 2 minutes, to the committee. The last question comes from Haris Widiharto. He was asking, what's the development what's the comparison of development of social entrepreneurship and conventional entrepreneurship in Indonesia, Pak Hari? And maybe after Pak Hari, Rudy can provide some data experience regarding these two kinds of entrepreneurships. Please, Pak Hari.
Okay. In the old days, when a person set up a business, mostly their mission was to create profit only. Okay, but since the modern theory about economy, and especially when a startup started, then it shifted. If you have a social impact, you will be involved with a lot of target market. Then that is the new thinking why people should think about social enterprise, because when, especially for the government, yeah, when you're the social enterprise, you're not just focusing on the target market, but you're also focusing on your suppliers. So you need to educate and make your supplier, which mostly are the micro as well, or it is a peasant, a petani, or a craftsman, to upgrade their level. So a lot of businessmen nowadays, young businessmen, they have mission, not just to create profit, but they want the society, the people to upgrade their skills, whether the technical skills as well their business skills, and so their platform could be also increased to create more value-add product. That is the shifting compared to 20 years ago. Thank you.
Yeah, please, Rudy.
Yep, I can add quickly a figure that we do have. In Europe, it's really every 25 of all innovative foundings, company foundings, so-called startups, 25% of them are really social startups. So that means every fourth startup team has already implemented a core business with a clear impact business. That is a lot, because a few years ago it was probably zero. It was not on the screen. That's important. If you put those topics on the screen, you will see that many young people, not only young, but many people who raise a new company have this implemented already because they want it mission-wise. But that does not mean that the other 75% doing bad business here. Actually, what I see is we have there's a global monitor for that. I can give it for Austria, but I think it's quite similar figures here. More than 50% of all those founders have at least clear social or environmental aspects in their business model. Maybe not always in the core business, but if it's, for example, a tech startup, at least they do not want to do harm. And this is very important, but as Mr. Hari as well stated, some 10, maybe 20 years ago, this was not at all a topic. So if you make it a topic, I always say there are no bad people, there are no bad business people. We only do things because we don't know they do harm. So if you do have a responsible approach of making a business, this should be a very normal thing. And I think the development definitely goes in this direction, but it always needs more. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. So now we have to end our session today. Thank you, Mr. Hari. Thank you, Rudy from Austria. And let me sum up in 1 minute. Yeah, Rosalind. Rudy said about the bottom-up approach from individuals, heroes, and then finding out hotspots of these creative people, helped by government, by laboratories, by universities, making connection and trial and error for their first investment period, and then nurturing the idea. And whether it starts from social, say, dreams to help people, or whether from conventional business. But recent development is young people who wants to start their business now considering very, very seriously regarding the added value of social and environmental issues or benefits. Thank you. So again, very humbly, thank you to Rudy and Hari, and hope you are well, and then I'll give this floor to Rosalind. Thank you. Please.
Thank you. Thank you, Rudy.
Thank you as well. Thank you.
Rosalind, izin keluar.
Thank you. Please, Rosalind.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Alifas, for the session. So the keynote speech session has just ended, and we will continue to the next session. But before that, I would like to advise each and every one of us to fill the attendance list as a requirement to get certificate for today's event. And you can find the link on the chat room. All right. And so now we are going to hear another presentation about Exploration Study Indonesia, which will be delivered by Ms. Yasmin Khairunisa Mukhtar, Master of Business Administration from Universitas Sumatera Utara.
Thank you very much, Rosalind. Could you please help me? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, good afternoon, your honorable and distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. It's really an honor for me to be here. On behalf of Universitas Sumatera Utara, I'm Yasmin Khairunisa Mukhtar, would like to present about the exploration study in Indonesia, introducing social entrepreneurship in Indonesia higher education. Okay, next. The purpose of this report is to communicate and highlight the most important results of the needs analysis study among all participants and collaborating stakeholders of the INSPIRE project. The report includes the perspective of students and graduates, academics and external stakeholders as the most important target groups. And then next. Yes, thank you. This is the table of content of the slide presentation. And then next, I think, okay, next, okay. Well, the INSPIRE project aims is to promote the entrepreneurial mindset and innovation in partner country higher educations by strengthening the university business cooperation for better employability of social entrepreneurs and increase their relevance for labor market and society. And then next, okay, next, thank you. Thank you. Well, the background of this study, well, based on the fact that in Indonesia, there is a great need for in-depth teacher training and practical entrepreneurship initiatives because there was no standard curriculum focusing in entrepreneurship and then lack of skill of lecturers and then few entrepreneurship centers found in the university in Indonesia. And then furthermore, Indonesian society is struggling with societal, environmental challenges and economic development such as air pollution, and then traffic congestion, garbage management, growing rural exodus, and rising intolerance between the ethnic diversity of the population. So rather than leaving societal and environmental needs to the government and the common business sector, the social entrepreneurs can take on these issues. Social entrepreneurs address the social and the environmental issues with their business and spur the economic growth at the same time. So therefore, strengthening the social enterprise development may help Indonesia resolve the current social and environmental challenge and the economic growth, of course. And then next. Yes, next, yes, and yes. Please continue. Next, yes. The regional analysis was conducted on 4 areas in North Sumatra, West Java, and Bali, and then focused on the marginalized groups and social entrepreneurship potential in those areas. Next, please. Next, please. Thank you. And next, yes. In summary, the majority of marginalized groups in Sumatra, Java, and Bali consist of 2 important groups, which are the former drug addict. The people affected of these drugs are almost evenly distributed, ranging in age from 10 till 59-year-old. And then the second group is low-income families. Most of them work as waste pickers, peddlers, and some others are street children group that work as beggars. And many cases of child trafficking found in West Java, particularly in Sukabumi. And then next. The regional analysis also found that in Sumatra, Java, and Bali have a great potential for social entrepreneurship establishment. Some examples of the active social entrepreneurs is Galeri Ulos Yanipar, which concern with the traditional Bataknese fabrics. And then in Bali, there is a Bali Tangi with the natural product of beauty care and traditional massage technique. And Bumi Inspirasi in West Java, which concern with the green and clean literacy. Next. Yes, next please. Thank you. The new paradigm of the entrepreneurship happened when the society and knowledge have such a close relationship. However, the most important challenge is how to clearly distinguish social entrepreneurship from the entrepreneurship itself. Next. As this model shows the 4 general groups to classify the social entrepreneurship. The first one is the domain of social entrepreneurship, the characteristic of individual entrepreneurs, the object of social enterprise, and then the innovative approach. Next. The object of social entrepreneurship, saying by the Greco 2015, well, the fact that the underlying drive of social enterprises is actually to create social value rather than the personal and the shareholder wealth. And there are 4 important aspects to differentiate the entrepreneurship and social entrepreneurship. The first one is the willingness to take challenges, and then the willingness to take risks, and then focus in technology and focus in social problem. Next. In every social entrepreneurship project, the innovative approach is considered important. And at the higher education level, since university act as the reservoir of ideas, values, knowledge, and technology that can be transferred to society as a solution for a social problem through entrepreneurial projects. Next. Yes, thank you. Another important aspect in social entrepreneurship is to define the social problems. Well, despite of the full of ambiguity, a tentative definition of social problem that meet the agreement, saying that social problem is actually any condition or behavior that has negative consequences for large numbers of people, and that is generally recognized as a condition or behavior that needs to be addressed. So every social entrepreneurship project should describe what kind of social problems need to be changed, and then how the entrepreneurship can address the social problem, and what kind of strategy or possibilities to scale this entrepreneurship as the solution for the large number of people affected in the society. Okay, next. The target groups in this research is the students, graduates, academics, and external stakeholders. And then the method of analysis is the empirical and descriptive study. Next. I'd like to show some of the important results, but due to the limitation of time, only several results that I can convey today. The first is the result from the students and the graduates. So when comparing the perception on entrepreneurial behavior among students and graduates, the results show that the majority of them considered that entrepreneurs should focus their target on social issues instead of getting economic benefits or going forward in technology and progress. Okay, next. In terms of motivational profiles of students and graduates by programs, it is found that the training activities are the most efficient way to involve students in social entrepreneurship when the type of motivations for entrepreneurships are considered. And then in terms of the motivational profiles of students and graduates by entrepreneurship self-perceptions, the students that consider themselves qualified but not enough are motivated by technological factor. Okay, next please. And result on academics shows that in terms of perception of academics regarding the social entrepreneurship, The academics consider no real barriers for the willingness and the commitment of the internal and the external stakeholders with regard to the social entrepreneurship. However, the majority of them consider the higher education and its internal stakeholder can do much more to increase the social entrepreneurial activity. Okay, next please, thank you. And a result from the external stakeholder so that there are 4 possible situations may be occurring individually or combined regarding the small, medium enterprise and self-employees. The first one is no interest. It means that considered having no interest in collaboration with higher education. With
Sorry, Miss Yasmin.
Yes?
You still have only 1 minute.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, and then the second one is there is no capacity, and then the third one is there is no channel, and then the last one is not properly identified. And then next, please. Okay, this is the last but not the least. Well, another important findings from this study on gender and willingness to participate with social entrepreneurship projects, it is found that the majority of women will likely to participate in social entrepreneurship project within the next 5 years, while men's willingness are lower than women. So I think that's all the presentation that I can convey today due to the limit of time. There are actually a lot of things that I really want to say here. So I really hope this presentation will give benefit for all of us. And then thank you very much for your kind attention. Rosalind, how about my time?
Thank you very much, Miss Yasmin.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Miss Yasmin, for the presentation. So let's continue to the next presentation. I would like to invite Assistant Professor Victor F. Clement from Alicante University, Spain, to deliver a presentation about Best Practice Catalog, European Union.
Hello, good afternoon to the Indonesian partners and good morning to the European ones. Rosalind, please could you confirm that you are going to share the slides for me, or do I have to share it?
All right, maybe the committee will help.
Yeah.
Please.
Sorry, I can share the.
Yep, please wait. Yep.
Sorry, can you see the slide?
Yes, we can see the slide.
Okay, perfect. So, just to introduce to the Inspire family, I'm very happy to be here in the final conference. I'm very sad because of the circumstances of COVID. So we couldn't meet each other face to face, as was in the proposal. So the most important is that you are all keeping well. So we maybe in the near future will have another opportunity to see face to face each other and to wish the best for our projects in the future. So I'm going to present the results for the best practice catalog. As you know, one of the first deliverable we produced a long time ago, it was almost two years ago, was a document where we collected some of the best practices from the European partners with regard our social entrepreneurship programs. According to the proposal, we were required to collect 3 best practices per European partner. We successfully got this target. FHG University actually provide an extra best practice. So in total we have 10. So now I'm going to name them and also briefly describe some of the milestones that deserve to be mentioned. But I'm not going to to go deep in any of them, as we only have 10 minutes for this presentation, and besides, the best practice catalog is available for all of you. So you can consult it, the catalog, and also contact us if you have any inquiry regarding these the best practices that contain this catalog. So we will be very happy to help you. Okay. So let me know in the next slide. So here you have the structure of this presentation. I will first mention the target of this deliverable, and then I will tiptoe around the best practices delivered by each European partner. Finally, I will suggest some ideas about how to make use of this catalog. Okay, so here you can see the proposal with some tips to take into account to do the search of the best practice. Most of them are about training courses and cooperation programs. So the best practices definitely meet the general descriptions and indicators, as I mentioned before. We managed to collect 10 of 9 best practices. So we can go through the best practices details. Okay. So we will describe them in the same order as they are listed in the catalog. So first, here you have the best practices of the University of Alicante. So in the University of Alicante, we have a kind of business competition specifically targeted on the social entrepreneurship. So we call it triathlon of social entrepreneurship and social innovation. The name of triathlon comes because we organize the activity in 3 phases. The first one is preparation. It's we provide a training program where we provide training on social innovation and social entrepreneurship. We invite experts on both topics in an activity, in a one-day activity, morning and afternoon. Our students are involved in different activities, and then they can raise the knowledge and awareness about social entrepreneurship and social innovation. The second phase is called development. The second step is called development, and then we develop a tutoring activity for the entrepreneurs who decide to compete with a project, and then we develop the canvas and also the business plan. And finally, they compete in the final phase, the final step, and we call this competition, where the social entrepreneurs present the project to a jury who decide about the best social entrepreneurs, the best social innovation project. The vice president of the students awards each project with 1,500 euros that must be devoted by the students, must be devoted to attend to an international social entrepreneurship event. So they can use only the money for this kind of activity. So they have to justify that they attend to this type of event, also present a report where they are informing about the knowledge they got by participating in this kind of activity. We also have a teaching program targeted on social work students who we try to involve in the social entrepreneurship atmosphere by using participative methodologies, especially based on defining and solving social problems. We also present a best practice that belongs to the University of Malaga in the south of Spain, that created a vice presidency specifically addressed to the social entrepreneurship issues. We wanted to highlight this best practice that is about the high educational institution commitment, as well as the policy making strategy that is integrated at the level of the vice presidents in the university. Okay, so here we have the AFHJ University Best Practice, who collected examples from other universities in Austria. Most of them are particularly targeted on training, creating networking structures, and some activities to identify and develop the development of talent. The Austrian universities are particularly oriented on sustainability and on the vision of future. So participative activities are targeted to create social entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship atmosphere. So we can here say that there are four of them. In this first slide, we show the first three. The first one is about the Social Entrepreneurship Center in the university, in the Vienna University of Economics and Business. The second one is the Social Innovation Seminar. That is called From the Idea to Realization. And also the Student Innovation Center. Okay, so and finally there is another one. This is Boku. Okay, there's an activity, a set of activities for sustainable entrepreneurship center that they created in this university.
Mr. Victor?
Yeah.
Sorry, 1 minute left.
Okay, so now
Thank
I'm
you.
going to introduce very fast the best practices presented by the Krakow University for Economics. There are three of them that are targeted also on training programs, creating social entrepreneurship environments, as well as the development of positive attitudes to social issues. So the Krakow University of Economics has provided successful examples on programs to create awareness and the development of skills for social entrepreneurship. For social entrepreneurs. Here you have the three examples. There is an undergraduate course on social entrepreneurship, student social responsibility project, and also the business project from the perspective of entrepreneurs. And finally, there is this proposal about how you can use this best practice catalog. So that there are some steps that you can consider to take profit of this best catalog. Okay, so of course the idea is that you can take them into account as sources of ideas, but also as a source of partners who you can communicate with to contrast the different point of view about social issues. Then the ideas can come up as a result of contrasting the ideas in a way that we can increase the value of projects definitions to demonstrate the benefits of social entrepreneurship projects and programs. So this is a very short presentation on best practice catalog. As I mentioned before, we have no time to deepen on them, but I consider that the most important added value is the network that has been created, where you can find more inputs and point of view in terms of best practices by connecting and communicating with all the partners that have been created within the Inspire family. So that's all on my side. So if you have any question, I can very happily answer when this session is finished. Okay, thank you, Rosalie.
Thank you very much, Mr. Victor. Sorry, the time is very limited.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we are going to continue to the next presentation. So, Ms. Fiona Ekaristi Putri, Master of Management from Universitas Katolik Parahyangan, will give a presentation on business plan competition. So, Ms. Fiona Ekaristi, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Rosalind, for the time. Can I share the screen from my computer? Okay. Okay, everybody, hello, distinguished guests, and also all partners from European Union and also from Indonesian University. Can everybody hear my voice? Is it clear?
Yes, it's clear, Miss.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I will share about the social business plan competition that we held since last year, since 2019, and then continue to this year. And we just finished the mentoring process of the business plan competition. And today, I think Agnes will continue with the result, which is already existed in the e-booklet. I think the participants, the mentees, has already eager and anticipated with the result of the competition. Okay, the first I'm going to present about the aims of the business plan competition, and after that the procedures, the timeline of the competition, and how we recruit the students, how we recruit the mentees, and also the participants of the business plan competition, and finally how we choose the winners. First, we want to host a fair, transparent, and interesting selection mechanism that will attract promising talents from all kind of schools, whether it's from students or from non-students. It can be professional, it can also be fresh graduates, and this pool of students can provide real information about existing social problems in their area that we hope that they can come up with the real solution for the problems in their area. And then we also create standardized and reasonable evaluation criteria. We create a scoring rubric for the competition. We score the participants based on their business idea, based on their prototype, and based on their business plan, which is reduced or social business canvas, social business model canvas. That's one of the main criteria. And the focus of this competition will be supporting the participants with mentoring activity, with experience of the mentors, with suggestions, with advice, and with networks of the mentors, so that the participants can expand their business. They will know what kind of business model that can be implemented to their business as well. And then after that, the procedures is the application process. Application process starts from last year, about April. And then after that, the selection, we select the participants until August 2019. And then the target group is all Indonesian partner universities. It's from USU, Universitas Andalas, Universitas Udayana, and also Parahyangan Catholic University, and also from outside Indonesian partner universities. That's why from UNPAR ourselves, we get the participants, we get the applicants from Jawa Timur as well, from East Java. And then after that, finally, we will continue with the evaluation process of the mentoring of the competition itself, and after that, the mentoring process. The selection phase, firstly is the document selection. The participants need to send their documents, their data, their motivation, and also their business plan, and also video about the business plan, about their idea. They will have to regroup and explain to us everything about their business idea. And after that, we score that with the scoring rubric that we already have created. We put weight on the score, and then finally we come up with several winners. And then finally, there was finally announcement. We get 6 finalists per region, or 6 finalists per university. So in total, we get 24 finalists for the social business plan competition. This is the timeline of the competition. You can see that on the 1st of April until 28th of June, it was social enterprise business plan and short video submission. And after that, the closing date was 28th of June, and then so on until incubation period. Incubation period was started in the kickoff, mentoring kickoff in Padang in November 2019 until recently, until this October 2020. And then after that, today is the closing of all the mentoring process. This is how we recruit the students, how we recruit participants. Firstly, all of Indonesian Partner University, we held a World Cafe workshop where we invite students and also practitioners and also lecturers to discuss together about the social enterprise. What is social entrepreneurship? What kind of problems that you can solve in your own country? So we also invite students from international students, not only Indonesian students. And after that, the next step was to hold a social entrepreneurship student workshop. After the World Cafe workshop, many students were interested in enjoying this competition. And after that, they are interested in going to the village together for Bandung area. They are interested in going to the village together and have a workshop. But for other university area, the workshop was held in their university. This is to enrich or to further their knowledge about the social enterprise. They learn about the social business canvas model in that in the student workshop, and they finalize what kind of problems that they want to solve during the competition. And then finally, after that, we also spread the poster. We also spread the news to the universities across Indonesia, and with the help of FKUI, Forum Kantor Urusan Internasional Indonesia, or Indonesia International Office Forum in universities, they also help us to spread the news to the students. And after that, we are able to collect 34 business plans. They are very good business plans from all of the applicants from partner universities and also non-partner universities. And we reduced the business plans into 24 winners from Universitas Sumatera Utara, Universitas Andalas, Universitas Udayana, and Parahyangan Catholic University. So we have in total 24 winners to be assisted during the mentoring process for 1 year. After that, we held winners presentation events simultaneously in 4 universities in Indonesia, where the 6 winners describe about their business model and also what's their aspiration in the mentoring session, what is the form of their product. And then some mentors also share in the winners presentation about their own business model so that the students and participants can learn from them. And the winners presentation was held last year and was attended by lots of students from each university in Indonesia. That's the process of the social business plan competition. That's all from me. Thank you, Rosalie. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Ms. Fiona Ekaristi, for the presentation. So, now I would like to invite Ms. Niputu Sri Hartanimba, PhD, from Universitas Udayana to give a presentation about mentoring of students, and will be followed by Mr. Hafiz Rahman, PhD, from Universitas Andalas. So, first, please welcome Ms. Niputu Sri Hartanimba.
Thank you. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, we can.
Yes, I would like to try to share the contents first. I hope it will be going well. Can you see the slide already? Or not yet?
Not yet.
Oh, not
Yes.
yet.
It's working.
Okay. Okay. Yes. His Excellency, the Ambassador of European Union for Indonesia and Brunei Darussalam, Mr. Vincent Piquet, distinguished rector and representative of all university members of Inspire Consortium, Honorable Mayor of Cimahi, speakers and colleges, and also all participants from Europe and Indonesia. A special good morning and good afternoon and sampurasun from Bali. My name is Mimba from Udayana University. In this special occasion, while enjoying your coffee and tea from your own place, I'm going to present the materials about mentoring of students, especially the case of Udayana. So the contents of my presentation, of course, will be about mentoring activities and also the product. Yes. First of all, I would like to introduce you with the Bali region winners team. So we have here Chilota. We have also here Vibes. We have on this, we have the Fabs here and the green orange. And here also we have Go Print. And this one, the ladies, is from Tanakor. Now, I would like to introduce you with the external mentor that we have in Bali, 3 external mentors. So this is the first profile of our mentors. Her name is Ibu Fika. Ibu Fika is the mentor for Green Orange and Tanakur team. So to some extent, it's still related to the food because Ibu Fika is the owner of Pie Crispy Dakos. I think using some of our meetings, I already introduced to you the Pie Crispy Dakos. Yeah. The second mentors here we have Bu Mia. She is from Bumimi Kabaya and Clothing. So she's the mentor for Fabs and GoPrint teams. So they also deal with clothing, especially Balinese clothing and also the printings materials. The third mentor is Putu Uwiraguna. He is a young Balinese community leader and he is also the co-founder of Bali. We call it 5 Pillars Foundation that located in Bali. So please allow me to inform you that why the name is 5 Pillars. So this is really related also to the 2 groups that mentoring by Putuwira. So their activity mostly related to community, economy, environment, education, and culture. So as you see that in the pictures, they have lots of activities with the local communities, especially in increasing their capacity building. And if you see these pictures, they also now building some villas that made of bamboo because bamboo growing very, very fast. So this is also in line with some of our product during the Inspire project. We have bamboo straw. Yeah. Now it's about mentoring activities. The period is from October 2019 until October 2020. In a month, it's about on average once in a month and about 2 hours per session. So the first session were done offline. However, the second semester were done online due to the COVID-19 outbreaks. Yeah, so we have a very challenging time here. So according to the mentor, they have no difficulties with how to share their knowledge and their experiences, but to some extent they really have to deal with lots of administrative things that this is the thing that we have a lot challenges during the mentor, but luckily that it is a very, very happy ending, I would say. So here in total, we have 3 mentors, and then each mentor handles 2 teams that related to their experience and their product knowledge. Now, I would like to introducing to you about mentoring activities that we have in campus in the first semester. So you could see me in the picture with Pak Tika and also some student in our campus. The next, this is the picture that showing usually before the external mentor have their mentoring session with their teams. We also have a meeting with them, to assure that all of the activities are in line with the Inspire aims and goals. So here are some pictures that you can see that how enthusiastic the students while following their mentoring activities. We took it a hidden camera so they didn't know that they were on the pictures. Yeah. So here's some another examples about the mentoring activities. And here also with Wira Guna from 5 Pillars. So this is a very eager to have more sharing about the knowledge of our mentor. And here, in addition to having a meeting in campus, they also have a meeting in the place of our external mentor. Yeah, so this is a very good for them to have a different circumstances. Now we come up with some promising products. So the first from Chilota, they produce, we call it a graduate gift that they also made of some unused clothes, and they have lots of style that are very unique, that I would say, and very beautiful. Sometimes they also produce chili doll token. The next group, since we call it 5, they produce a mosquito repellents. They made of lily gundi plant that in Bali we have lots of that kind of plant, but not so many people aware that they are very useful for avoiding the mosquitoes. This is very unique product as well. And the third one is about Fabs. They produce bags, especially shopping
Sorry,
bags.
Miss Niputu, Mimba, Sriwik Sehat Mimba. The time is up. Maybe you have the last sentence or last words to.
Okay, so I just try to make it in 4 minutes. Yeah, this is just allow me to this is the oil from orange oil for the spa, because in Bali we have lots of spa product, and this is the go print about the web-based application. This is mostly for academics matters. Yeah, so this is the Tanakur, the last one, Tanam, Tanak, and also Tour. This is located unique in East Java. So because they are close each other, and 5 until 10% of the profit will be donated to the poor, elderly, and orphan alternately. So this is here. We have a lot of unique product from the 6 groups. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Miss. So now it is Mr. Hafiz Rahman's turn to give a presentation about mentoring of students.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Can I slide, please?
For only 5 minutes.
So I'm doing it by myself. No, Rosalind, it's okay. Yeah. So good afternoon, everyone. Please please let me introduce myself. My name is Hafiz Rahman from Indonesia, from Universitas Andalas, and right now I would like to share our experience related to mentoring sessions at Universitas Andalas, a story and an experience when we did that. During this presentation, I would like to have agenda like this, how we did it. We met up the teams, what happened and what the team said about the mentoring sessions, and also the impression from UNAN related to the project, Inspire project. First, how we did it, our mentoring sessions. First of all, we had initiation stage where we let every teams mingle with each other and also with the mentors, and directly we observe the needs of each teams related to the mentoring sessions. And after that, we arrange everything related to administrative matters. This is in terms of schedulings of mentoring session, rules of mentoring, target to be achieved, and then we roll up. In terms of delivering the mentoring session, experiencing and monitoring. And meet up the teams. We have 6 finalists from our university, Universitas Andalas. We have Lidwo, which is active in educational technology platform. And then we have also Lawang Macadamia, which has a project related to macadamia nuts, and jointly together with disabled people. And also we have organic pangas catfish. We also have magic clamshell teams. And for nature, this is the team which concentrates on producing the producing fertilizer from organic waste. The rest is the last is Sriwangi. We have this is the group which concentrates to produce citronella or fragrant lemongrass. What happened during our mentoring sessions? As you can see that actually our mentoring session runs smoothly at the beginning, but fastly changing due to the pandemic situations. So we have an ideal situation, circumstances, and especially for us, we have work from home situations in Andalas University, where all facilities are closed down and we are required to work from home. Mentoring was then conducted in an online mode, and some members of the teams are very difficult to be contacted because, as you see, that we are living in, some of them living in a remote location which has very limited internet access, and we need to readjust the target for further processes. And what the team said about the mentoring session, as you can see, that some of the teams thinks that they enjoy the mentoring, but sadly the process was not sufficient enough as the pandemic arose. A team said that they need to change the mentoring strategy, but they know that the same problems also occur to all of the team. And the mentoring session were prepared, and we do respect to our mentors. And one of the team, for nature, they think that they need laboratory facility in campus, but since there was a WFH situations, every facilities in campus is all closed, and then consequently they can use our laboratory facility. And what the impression from Universitas Andalas related to Inspire project? We believe that it is a good project to cultivate the spirit of for social entrepreneurship among students. We very appreciate the methodological processes in Inspire to disseminate social entrepreneurship to specific group of individuals, and we believe that this can be replicated elsewhere, especially in the developing countries. And yes, probably all of you know that Inspires have a very tight schedule, timeline, milestone process report, which are combined with good communication, interaction, which means for us that it is a high standard project. And when we say high standard, it means high project quality, of course. Of course, due to the pandemic situation, we believe that Inspire should have previous contingency planning that needs to be previously considered and prepared. But this can be considered for the next project if we going to have another project. It will be good to have subsequent project by using Inspire project results as the basis. So we think about the sustainability of the project based on the result from Inspire project as the basis. I think that's all from us in Universitas Andalas, and I hope that you can get the sense from what we've done, what we experienced, and share in this final conference. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hafiz Rahman, for the presentation. So now we will be sharing a video on students' social entrepreneurship project under Inspire program. So please enjoy.
Hi, my name is Rashid Hafiz.
My name is Leonardo.
My name is Alvin Daily.
My name is Amarathi, and I'm from
IDS Team Universitas Sumatera Utara.
In Industry 4.0, learning-based science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics have been popular now. Data from the World Economies Forum shows that Indonesia as a developer country are far behind China and India for graduates with skills in the STEMs. The government's programs demonstrate the competence of the school student in the fields of information and communications technology. Unfortunately, there are limits of the ICT learning facility and the teachers as facilitators.
IDS Team came to be the answer to this problem. IDS Team is a STEAM-based learning method for children and children with special needs. Learning STEAM encourages children to have creative computational thinking and preparing children to be the answer to the need of Indonesian STEAM scientists. Our product consists of curriculum-based learning program that teach children algorithm and programming logic for systematic thinking. and also DIY robotic product that improve children motoric skill. In the curriculum, we will create classes for normal children and children with special need. After graduating from our class, children with special need have the opportunity to become instructor in our next class. Later on, they will get income as an instructor. They will start their own business or even join an IT company. And last but not least, we want to make robotic module that will be understand by all people, both kids, people with new robotics interest, and also special need.
While being a mentee, we got a lot of knowledge that could be applied to our business ideas later. Friendly mentors, flexible time, and constructive opinions are big pluses for mentors. We are grateful to the mentors who guide us wholeheartedly and provide us with useful relationships. Being a businessman is quite difficult in this era. With the help of our mentors, we can build and learn business flow quite well. The difficulty that we get from this program is our lack of time management, human resource, and development tools. Thanks to the mentors, they still nurture and guide us well.
Currently, thanks to the mentors, our team is already in the development phase of Becak robotic prototype, and it will be tested on the market in December 2020. And also, we will try to adapt our curriculum in this pandemic era. As junior business players, we should learn more from experienced business people so we can reduce the risk of getting failure. It is really hard to start a business in this pandemic era, but we believe when there's a will, there's a way.
Hi everyone, we are Fabs from Udayana University, Bali.
And the mentoring session.
Let us introduce you to our business journey and what we have learned during mentoring session. And let's begin. Fabs came with the idea of solving environmental problems by recycling fashion waste, including patchwork and used clothes. As the development of fashion industry is getting faster, not only in Indonesia but also worldwide, companies tend to keeping up with the trend so that they produce more and more clothes to sell to their customer, without knowing that some clothes materials actually have bad impact to the environment if they are unable to handle them properly. In the implementation of it, Fabs plan to engage productive age women in a low level of economy to work together in producing bags, keychains, and dolls. Those women who do not have any skills in fashion industry will be trained for free about basic knowledge such as recognizing different types of fabric and also sewing techniques. And this is a prototype of our product which made from the patchwork that we got from one of our members' family's garment. Enough with the business description, now let us tell you about our journey in Inspire from the very first to the very last. 2019 was the beginning of our journey in Udayana Inspire Student Workshop. With 5 members, we formed Fabs with the ideas of handling the problems of used clothing. From there, we had been supported so much by the Inspire team, such as we were provided by some experienced mentors, experts in business, especially in fashion industry, and also mentors that were experienced in social entrepreneurship. All the mentors had given us opportunity to discuss about our ideas, and they gave us feedbacks which were very helpful for us to make our business plan better. Then, we were also given a chance to introduce our product and business to wider audience in conference between Council of University President of Thailand and Council of Rector of Indonesian State University through Inspire Student Forum. Next, one of our representatives, along with other groups, went to Padang to take part in the Inspire Mentoring Kickoff or workshops in Andalas University. On this very valuable event, not only did we meet extraordinary mentors, but we also had the opportunity to meet with participants from other regions and make this opportunity for us to exchange opinions and also expand our connections. During another year of mentoring, even though we are still in this pandemic condition, with all the opportunities we received, we felt very grateful for them. The experiences, connections, and knowledge given us during this event were very valuable to us. Thank you for tuning into our short journey. Stay safe, everyone.
Trihita Karna, Palamahan, optimizing Palmyra palm leaves and waste recycling. Pawongan, empowering local communities, including local women, farmers, and youth. And Parhyangan, preserving local cultures as God's blessing. Therefore, we proudly present the first kind of Palmyra palm leaf graduate tokens ever made in Indonesia and unique cultural home decorations through long and refined processes, starting from harvesting the leaves, waste recycling, and hand weaving. Chilota Bali comes up with tons of villager dreams for better welfare at each our handmade work and planet-saving initiatives.
Joining Inspire has given us a broader insight about the benefits of being a social entrepreneur, and the mentoring session as well as show us many methods on how we build a social enterprise.
What we got after mentoring and Inspire, of course, we got a lot of experiences and knowledge by the mentors, and after that, we can develop ourselves to the better one. And the second one, we can meet the communities itself, so we can solve the problem, find the problem and solve it. And the next one, of course, it can help us to empower the community.
Here, I would like to share my experience to you. At first, I was blind. I didn't know much about marketing. But thankfully, I got mentoring session that helped me a lot, gave me lesson and experience. I can improve my communication skill, and it also helped me to improve my marketing skill in order to maximize the promotion of Chilota Bali. Thank you.
We create, we save the earth, we share happiness.
Inspire, a great support system.
Inspire, inspiring.
Inspire, never expire.
Inspire, unstoppable.
LEDWO is a platform that connects students from different schools and different regions to study together. There are two services in our website, Service and Challenge. Service is a crowdsourcing student learning file storage facility. This is a new and more massive of borrowing notes and learning materials. Challenge is a chat service and photo posting about questions and lessons that are not understood so that it can be responded to and assist in answering by friends on the LEDWO platform. This is expanding the reach of friends is asking questions.
LEDWO is a platform that connects students from different schools and different regions in Indonesia to create a good quality and reliable education for all Indonesian students. Instead of waiting slow change, come on, we make the first thing with LEDWO. Our next journey, after being inspired, we still continue to fix our platform, collaborate with education office, the care community, investor, and of course, endless collaborate with all Indonesian students.
Let's work for Indonesia. We can study with everyone and be supportive friends.
A few moments later.
Inspire, work hard, work smart.
Hi, my name is Jessica. I am from Polytechnic Wilmar and I am the part of Eco Growth team. So this product was built from a collaboration with Sekolah Alam Medan, where the target is for people who have a special needs by help them to develop their skills, their creativity, and also support them to gain more profit. So why we choose liquid organic fertilizer? Why we made this? Because we want to increase the community earning and turn waste into the useful things. And I want to say thank you with Erasmus Plus and Inspire to create this event. I get some of new idea, some of experience and knowledge from this event. And also now I know how to manage a business, I know how to do marketing well and many more. And also I want to say thank you to all of the mentors. They give their pleasure to share some of their experience and to talk us everything that they know about business. And what we want in the next step is we want to develop brand awareness of this product and also develop in collaborate with the other community, especially in agriculture part. So, and as a team, We want to expand this business, and also we want to solve many problems around us. And thank you. And I want to give some of information that EcoGrow can find in the several marketplace in Indonesia. And if you need some of information, you can call us from 0812 6064 934.
Hi everyone, we are Figure Zero from Parahyangan Catholic University, Bandung. Now we will tell you about our business, activities, and what we have learned during our mentoring session. We will first introduce ourselves as Cigarette Butt Secure team who focused on reducing cigarette butt waste around our university. But then we were exposed to bigger issues and decided to change our views to plastic waste issues. As we know, there has been a lot of preventive and corrective measures that are conducted to battle rising plastic waste. The actions are not only done by the government, but also by many organizations that pay attention to plastic waste, or at least waste in general. From the measures that have been conducted, zero waste living is one of the lifestyle that is formed. In an easy explanation, zero waste living is a lifestyle with zero or minimal waste as possible. In order to spread a zero waste lifestyle, we initiative to create Figure Zero. Figure Zero is a social entrepreneurship business which is focusing on the Indonesia environment to achieve a zero waste target. During our mentoring session, one of our teammates, Georgina, went to Padang with other groups to receive insight and new perspective about entrepreneurship. We also have done several group discussion with our mentor, Mrs. Isti, who teaches us how to build connection, collaborating with other communities, finance in social entrepreneurship, and many more. We've posted several tips and tricks on how to start a zero waste lifestyle on our Instagram. It's basically about reduce, recycle, and reuse. And then we released our beginner kit in October. It packaged in a cardboard box so our customer can use it for something else. We donated 10,000 rupiah of each kit sold to non-governmental organization Lindungi Hutan. Figure Zero also did some collaboration and partnership with Punya Pandangan, Bumi Inspirasi, and Every Bake, which are NGO which operate in media, waste bag, and SME. As for Every Bakes, due to our same value, for every quiche that is sold, 5 to 10% of the profit will be donated to Figure Zero as part of our commitment to reducing waste. In the future, we hope we can keep sharing and encouraging more people to have a zero waste lifestyle. And we believe young generation will be important aspects to encourage zero waste issues through nationally as well as internationally. Karena semua hal kecil untuk mengurangi sampah berawal dari kamu. Thank you.
Greetings, we are Fun Exploration Trip. We are a social business entrepreneurs in tourism industry. We operate a
We hope this mentoring method continues and further development of
tourism trip. We are a social business entrepreneurs in tourism industry. We operate in Cirende traditional village. We want to introduce the vast and interesting history of this village by making a documentary film.
Our main product is Cirende web series, where we explore the interesting history of Cirende traditional village and narrate it with a new and innovative ways of storytelling. Then we upload and broadcast it in YouTube with the goals of raising awareness of Cirende culture, arts, history, and music.
Throughout the mentoring process, many knowledge are shared between us and our mentor, such as in-depth information and success indicator of social entrepreneur, share value and financial forecast of social business, how to effectively communicate and negotiate with stakeholders and beneficiaries, and then exit strategy and further development of our social business. All mentoring activity are carried out via online meeting due to COVID-19.
This mentoring period has provided us with a real-life learning experience. We do not think that this 1 year would be over without any challenges to overcome. The mentoring session has become a more effective way
for us to learn rather than a theory or class-based learning process.
This mentoring session has changed our perception, especially about social business, how we work with beneficiaries and stakeholders, and especially how we maintain our positive mindset and attitude, knowing that every individual has an important role in every action.
In addition, the mentor shared his rich experience and kept us inspired and excited again to continue the business activity. We are grateful to have a mentor that patiently teaches all these things throughout this whole year.
We hope that the existence of FED can assist gender traditional village to independently promote their cultural tourism, especially in this digitalist era. Hopefully, the learning materials taught and implemented can boost villagers' confidence to continue doing social entrepreneurship, as well as motivating them to innovate creative contents to further develop their cultural village. And lastly, we hope that the presence of FED can attract investors, so that the children traditional village has the capital to continue this business activity. We hope this mentoring method continues to flourish.
Finally, we are very happy and grateful to be able to participate and learn many things in this event. Thank you.
Cool, everyone. Let's give our virtual clap for the video. That's very great. And we are almost arrived at the end of today's final online conference. Hopefully, we are still excited because now I would like to invite I would like to invite Dr. Agnieszka Kazur from Krakow University of Economics, Poland to explain presentation of ebook class. So please welcome Dr. Agnieszka Kazur.
Hi everyone. It's my huge pleasure to be here and an honor to be a part of this event and of this project. So distinguished guests, wonderful speakers, dear colleagues, and students. My part is to deliver an overview of the mentoring process. But first, I really want to acknowledge the presentations we've just seen, the so creative, energizing, and inspirational movies that the students put together. It's a wonderful proof and the certificate of what they have been doing, who they are, and what they aspire to. We've seen so many great examples. I'm going to share my presentation now to discuss a little bit further. Okay. Is it visible? Is everything okay?
Everything is great, Miss.
Okay, great. So the mentoring process started a year back in Padang. We all met. Many students came over. Many mentors came over. We had a mentoring kickoff event. We got to know each other. The students some of them were already matched with their mentors. And the way they were connected determined obviously on their location, but also the mentors' prior experience. Our mentors are wonderful and successful social entrepreneurs and experts in various fields. So they were people who were really ready and experienced to guide the students' projects, to help students develop their projects in every term of the word. And I think the presentations we've seen, the evidence we've seen from the students confirms that the mentors have been very helpful and very caring and very sharing with their knowledge and experience. The mentoring handbook was a document put together, a very hands-on, practical document to guide the process and to provide some guidelines both to mentors and mentees. And as you've seen maybe in one of the videos, the Inspire project was able to contribute to creating co-working spaces in the partner universities, and one of them in Andalas University we've seen on one of the videos. And these spaces were also very helpful to running the mentoring meetings. So we launched the mentoring relationship, the program, which was planned and lasted 1 year, 15 mentors, 27 projects, and a total of 87 students. It was abruptly interrupted about halfway by the pandemic crisis, and this took a hard toll on many of the relationships. But the people were able to, both the young adults, the young entrepreneurs, and the mentors were able to push through. Some of them remain connected online and continued their relationships. So we were able to grow their projects. It was amazing to see already. You've seen some of the ideas, how creative they are, how deeply rooted in the regional problems, and they really were able to capture, the students were able to capture the local strengths, the local potential, and bring it up to life, turn this into opportunities. So the mentors provided support throughout this period of time, and were able to guide the students in their decisions, so that at the end of the year, we ended up with numerous promising social businesses in different phases of development, some of them in the development phase, but many of them in the implementation phase, as you've already seen. And I think what is beautiful is to what extent these projects bring out the beauty of Indonesia, the strengths, the culture, the diversity, the locality, the strength of the community. So it's been really wonderful to see. The e-booklet serves the purpose of disseminating and really bringing out, popularizing the young Indonesian potential in terms of social entrepreneurship. And it's structured in a very clear, coherent way. It starts with a mentor's profile, mentees' profiles, and a very short description of the social business project. And then it identifies the social problems. And many of the social problems identified refer not only to the local Indonesian contexts, but most, if not all of them, really refer to problems, social and environmental problems experienced all over the world. For example, FABS targets the problems of fabric waste, and identified that it actually presents an opportunity. The social description of the problem also included the intended social impact and a plan for scaling and dissemination. And then also the booklet, each case presents the business solution. So how to take advantage of business tools and how to employ a market orientation to actually bring constructive solutions to the identified problems. How to activate resources, know-how, how to engage in fruitful partnerships. So this is very well explained in the selected eight cases in the e-booklet structure. So now I just want to exemplify the three randomly chosen examples that also we've already seen in the videos. But I just want to say that these problems really are pressing all around the world. The project of EcoGrow and high nitrogen eco-friendly fertilizer addresses the problem of biodiversity. It addresses the problem of polluted waters, And of course, all around the world, we need eco-friendly natural fertilizers to grow organic food. So this example in Medan can really be replicated anywhere in the world. And there's so much richness in the social value added. Because they collect organic food waste in Medan area, so reduced food waste. They provide employment for low-income community families and support for those farmers who aspire to produce bio-organic foods. Again, this is a wonderful example, and I hope it will be inspiring to other social entrepreneurs, not only in Indonesia. Another example of a project which addresses recycling is the Chilota project from Bali. I think you've already seen those graduation tokens, which are produced from recycled souvenirs. And again, this is something beautiful because it brings out the traditions and crafts and local skills of local communities. So on the one hand, providing employment for rural communities and utilizing waste through preservation of local culture, really highlighting and bringing the local culture and heritage into the spotlight. And finally, the third project, Code for Social, addresses the problem of empowering children with handicapped disabilities, training. Yes?
Sorry, 1 minute left.
Yes, okay.
Thank
Teaching
you.
children who may not have other employment opportunities, but through this project, through enhancing their digital skills, they can actually hope for promising employment opportunities. Again, a problem experienced all over the world. So a great example for many others. So I just want to really pay a tribute to all these beautiful young adults, creative and determined to change the reality around them. I think they set an example of what we hope all young people would be all around the world. So thank you greatly. And I hope the e-booklet will serve to inspire other young social entrepreneurs. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Agnes, for the presentation. Sorry. So we are almost arrived at the end of today's online final conference. Now I would like to invite Professor Dr. Bustami Syam as Vice Rector for Information System, Planning and Development of Universitas Sumatera Utara to deliver a closing speech.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, Prof.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, Prof.
Yes, Prof. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, good afternoon and best wishes for all of us here. My name is Bustami, as has been introduced by the moderator. You can find me in Instagram under Bustami4142 or in my YouTube channel, Bustami Syam. Please visit because I advise students for doing innovation work, especially for the participant of Inspire today. Sedikit promosi. Well, your Honorable Mangadar Situmorang, PhD, I hope he's still here, Bapak Rektor Parahyangan Catholic University, His Excellency Mr. Vincent Piquet, is it the right pronunciation? The Ambassador of European Union in Indonesia and Brunei Darussalam, Insinyur Ajay Muhammad Priyatna, Magister Management, I think, the mayor of Cimahi municipality. I think I saw him this morning. Mark Rudiger Welt P. Walt, Social Business Club Styria. Dr. Harisantosa Sungkari from Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy of the Republic of Indonesia. Mr. Dimitrios Doukas, coordinator of Inspire, a distinguished participant from 7 institutions in Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, of course, we thank God for we can be together today from morning to the afternoon. Inspire is stand for introducing social entrepreneurship in Indonesian higher education. As I'm aware that the program, you have 2 programs here, the capacity building of higher education, and another one is International Credit Mobility, or ICM. So it's already 3 years operated in Indonesia, supporting student and teaching staff. I think it's very great activities and give an impact, a positive impact to, especially to the students, so that they can change their mindset that everybody can be a businessman if we want to, but sometimes opportunity is not there, but we don't have enough like steel. But when we talk about social entrepreneurship, everybody can be a businessman, because the scale can be small as what we have watched from this morning to this afternoon. But in my opinion, students may come and go, okay, because they graduated, but the system must be developed. And Erasmus Plus has developed a system in 2 programs that we have already seen the project launched and successfully work in many activities, in exchange program, in capacity building, and the business plan competition, for instance. So on behalf of the Bapak Rektor, Pak Runtung, the Rector of University of Sumatera Utara, first of all, we would like to express our gratitude to Erasmus Plus for the, first of all, for the IT equipment. I think it's grant through Inspire project. We support activities in the co-working spaces. The current co-working space, such as a novel trend for the workplace and for the entrepreneurship, is a useful place for student lecturers and practitioners, including community, may participate in a program. Hopefully, it will be sustainable after the Inspire project terminate. On this occasion, I would also like to express my deep gratitude to Professor Dr. Carl Playfair, Chancellor of the FH Joanneum University of Applied Science in Graz, Austria. Oh, I didn't go there with Pak Rector, but my colleague, 2 of my colleagues together with Pak Rector there. And I heard the story about your university. It's very interesting, amazing. So on behalf of Universitas Sumatera Utara, we are very thankful for the occasion for that time. My deep gratitude also goes to Mr. Dimitrios Doukas, coordinator of Inspire, for his cooperation. Hopefully the cooperation not terminate this year, but we have a pandemic, COVID-19, so we have the facility like today, so we can communicate later on using Zoom or something like that. And then to director of each partner university on this Inspire program, University of Alicante, Spain, University of Economy, Krakow, Poland, Parahyangan Catholic University, Udayana University, Andalas University, and of course to all Inspire team members who have worked very hard. I think may Allah, give you in a very good condition and protect you from, we have pandemic right now, so let's keep safe and in health condition. Also for the external mentors from various file of business who had actively engaged in this Inspire program, not only in Medan, but also in other 6 universities. Hopefully the collaboration can continue, sustain, and we can carry out joint research, joint seminar, and social entrepreneurship. And cooperation in other academic activities. As mentioned by Mrs. Agnieszka Zur, yeah. It's very interesting because we also have here under UI Green Metric World Ranking Project, we already committed to build what we call it sustainable campus, green campus here. And we care about the energy, the waste, the water, and the pollution, something like that. So I think in the future, kind of green campus program, we can continue working together again. I would like to close my remark and wishing the future prosperity of all participants today. Thank you for all the attention. And I would end with Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Bustami Syam. So thank you all for your participation. And now we are going to do another photo session. But before that, I would like to remind each and every one of us to fill the questionnaire about this event and to make sure that you have filled the attendance list as a requirement to get a certificate for today's event. So you can find the link on the chat room. Later, the committee will send it to the chat room. So let us now do the photo session. We will be taking a couple of shots. We would love to ask everybody to keep smiling for the last photo session. So Iqmal, are you ready? And Bram? All right. So I'll start counting down.
Well, okay.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Once more, yeah? All right. 3, 2, 1. All right. Thank you, everybody. Finally. All right. What is there? Oh, the link already sent, in the chat room. So you can check on it to fill the questionnaire.
Terima kasih semuanya.
Yes, thank you Unpar.
Sama-sama.
Terima kasih
Terima
Udayana.
kasih. Yes, everybody.
Sayangnya nggak bisa ketemu, kita langsung.
Ya.
Finally, we have arrived at the end of our conference today. It has been interesting and full of new insights and knowledge that is important for each and every one of us. Thank you very much. I believe it has been a great opportunity for all of us to be part of the Inspire project, and I hope Inspire will certainly increase the knowledge of social entrepreneurship among Indonesians. I'm Roslyn. We'll see you again. Good afternoon and have a nice day.
Okay, thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye, everyone. Don't forget
Thank
to
you,
fulfill.
for a great work.
Thank you semua partisipan. Bu Esther.
Thank you, Pak Prof. Makasih.
Ya, oke.
Dadah semua.